Here's for one last time.
This is the epilogue. But
Okay.
when last we left our heroes, who'd like to recap?
I'll do it.
You don't like my recaps, so no.
They are shit.
At least he's honest.
So, our intrepid party of adventurers made our way to the bottom floor and past the traps set by Kosui and located the room where his lackeys, the last of his lackeys were, and we finished off the demon dog and the other demon that had gotten away from the tower, and then with a blessing from the kami that allowed us to heal our wounds and restore our spells, we descended into the final fight with Kosui, causing him significant harm very quickly before he split his form in two. We continued to wail on him until he finally recombined and teleported us to another area where he transformed into a giant serpent dragon type thing. Finally, we used his own attacks as well as some of our own spells to bring down the entire mansion on top of him, at which point we started to run away and fled the mansion, barely escaping as it collapsed, crushing him underneath it, at which point Shizuka succumbed to poison that had been
And
instilled
just
in
straight up died.
during the fight that had not been cured, and died just as we got out. At which point, both her and Makoto's deity descended from above, or Makoto's deity
Inari.
Inari
Mhm.
descended from the heavens and offered Makoto a chance to revive her by making an offer. He offered his life, but was just had a portion of his life force strained and was exhausted. And then I assume that is where we pick up.
That is indeed where we pick up. Now, for the epilogue, time is going to be a little loosey-goosey here. It's more about wrapping up loose ends that your characters want to take part in. So, all right, if you look at the map there, I have little tokens for your characters. Any places that you wish to visit on your way back, assuming you wish to collect the reward in Dynast, of course, are at your disposal. So it's going to be a little kind of round-robin discussion. You can also move your tokens on places where you'd like to visit. I think that'll be an easy way.
I would say Kinogasa is probably a good first stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting back to Dynast and be like, what the fuck? We sent you out for wood and you killed demons.
I hate when that happens.
So great.
I got lost, guys.
Boy, that
Oh, shit, we
escalated
forgot the main
quickly.
story.
Things
We
really
should-
got out of hand.
We should also check on the way back and probably make sure that trade has started to flow downriver.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that what initially sent us out of Dynast? I completely forgot.
Yes.
We were originally supposed to investigate why lumber has stopped flowing down from the river, so...
Correct.
And
Technically,
they
Among
got-
other
that got out of-
supplies.
technically
gotta
the
have
characters
really-
have not discovered, I guess, the direct source of where a lot of
We're
this
really
is coming
bad at
from.
that.
Sounds like we need to keep going upriver.
Yeah.
You guys are beyond upriver.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the fucking forest.
I mean, not if we go
um,
back to Kinagasa, technically.
Well,
there's a
the
boat on
The
river.
real question here is, where does the wood fucking come from in the beginning?
Yeah, we never figured that out either.
Another question is, where did you
we're
leave our
good.
boat?
I think we left them near Kinogasa.
That is correct. That is where your boats should be.
Hopefully they haven't been stolen.
All right.
By those crafty boat goblins.
So, for all intents and purposes, we're gonna say that you guys full rested. That way, you guys are
Yay.
travel worthy. You guys.
All right, cool. I'm down to exhaustion level 2.
I know, right? Yay.
Also,
Yeah.
37 hit points again.
All right. So you guys travel back to Kinogasa. Your enchanted items still letting you pass through the forests. And you will come up to the village. Doesn't look like a whole lot has changed, though some of the soldiers, at a cursory glance, seem to be missing.
How long were we gone?
Define gone.
Like, not here. Busy
Not-
dealing with the crap that Kosui was doing.
I would say with travel time, a week, a little over.
Week?
I guess it's a good thing that we got back at this point, because this thing was supposed to run out in a week, wasn't it?
I think they said a month. So
A month is the correct answer.
Okay.
So, Shizuka will actually walk up and approach one of the guards and just ask them, what happened to the rest of your company?
He will look at you, eyeing you up and down. You're full Kitsune, right? Correct?
No, I'm disguised.
Okay. Makoto, did you put back on your disguise?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not a problem. Okay, so they will look you up and down. It seems something has happened at Katsura. We have dispatched many soldiers in an attempt to aid.
Katsura.
where is
Hmm.
Katsura?
I'm looking on the map. I do not see this.
No, like
Same.
that's Hal is asking. Where is Katsura?
Oh.
He will tell you it's further upriver to the northwest.
And where our tokens are is where we are right now.
No.
No, I just placed them there so you could move them.
I will place my token where we are right now. We are right here.
Okay.
This is where we were.
Yeah, and we went there by foot, I assume. But
That
going
is
back and
correct.
forth. Okay. Shizuka will then further inquire. Did they explain the nature of why they needed help?
I don't know the exact reason. Some calamity, catastrophe. That's the rumor, anyways.
Oh no.
Well,
we
that's
just
been.
we just stopped a calamity. All right.
He looks at you when you say that. What?
Are you aware of the keep to the north with this as its
Hang on.
insignia, and Hal will hold up the letter with the insignia on it.
He'll kind of glance at it, shake his head. Doesn't look like it.
It was being occupied by the same individuals who had desecrated the Black Watchtower. We went there to cleanse it.
At that, his eyes beam up. Is it cleansed?
We believe so. It's also not there anymore. It's now a hole in the ground.
I just burst
But-
out laughing.
We
and
did not. Hold
In
on,
that
Hal.
sense, yes, it is
Hal?
cleansed.
Hal. Hal. The castle is a hole in the ground. The watchtower's fine.
Yeah,
Right. The
watchtower's
guard
still
will
there.
just kind of eye back and forth as you guys kind of bicker out the details.
Also,
It's been
there's
a
a
long
corpse.
week.
Also, that black tower is now the tomb of a giant black dragon. So-
not the black.
The castle.
The castle. Out
Well,
of
yeah, the
character,
castle.
did
The
tell them
tower.
the watchtower was cleared
When-
before going to the castle.
1 second. Before, as soon as you mention a black dragon, he laughs and just shakes his head. You're free to go in.
And at that, Shizuka just smiles. See, aren't you feeling better already?
I can't tell if it was calling bullshit on us or.
He was.
Okay.
Anyway, we should probably report to the village chief and his sister.
That we should.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hey man, thanks for the information though. And Makoto will just hand over one of those black dragon coins.
Thanks.
out of character, we had stopped here after the watchtower before the keep, or no? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I
think we went straight from one to the next, didn't we?
Yeah, we went straight to the keep. Wait, no, we
Yeah.
did stop back at the village.
Because
Nah,
I think
yeah,
we
we
told
stopped.
them- I think we told them we had cleansed the watchtower, right?
This guy probably just didn't hear about it.
Man, they don't
The
tell me
world
nothing.
may never know.
The DM might have just forgot.
Or did he?
We did too.
All of these sessions have been recorded. I seriously doubt he forgot.
All right. So as you guys move in, and you inquire first about the, we'll just call her the lady sorceress here. She seems to be gone. We'll try this out. Let's do a group investigation. DC 13. We need at least half to succeed.
A group what?
Investigation. DC 13.
Half of us have to beat a 13.
I think I did a good investigation, guys.
I think I did shit.
We're looking for
I think
one
I just
more.
matched it.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know what you expected.
Isao? Still waiting on Isao.
Sounds dead.
Beep boop beep.
It's on his stuff.
Oh, I gotta click all these buttons. Success.
Yay!
As you guys kind of ask around what's going on, apparently, her. I'm trying to think about this. We're just gonna say relation. It would be like almost a nephew, but not quite. Seems to have been missing. They were investigating the wolf attacks. She has led a small company out personally to investigate.
Do we know where they went?
From your guys' investigation, you would determine somewhere out to the woods to the west.
Well,
So towards place that I don't remember the name of. Got it.
Kinogasa?
No,
We're in
this
Kinogasa.
thing.
That one. Where the people disappeared, so to speak.
Maybe that's where the wood's getting held up in.
could be.
Yeah.
Well, they should be easy to find.
Besides, after what we just went through, what's a couple wolves, am I right?
Or, I could just find them with the ritual I know.
What if
See-
they're like big, scary demon wolves?
See, this is called tempting fate. I don't like this.
That's what I'm saying. Let me cast my ritual, and then I can divine where they are.
Would the DM put a bunch of mini quests in an epilogue? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Considering
I
it
know
happened.
you, Atherin. Yes, you fucking would.
I'm also slightly disappointed we have yet to see a chainmail beholder. I was led to believe there would be those.
Why?
You need to achieve a higher level.
Oh.
Yeah,
We
these
were-
are like level 15.
We had 9th level spells by the time we ran into that.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of levels, did we go up a level after the encounter?
You went up to 20 and then immediately back down to 6.
God damn it. The choir of the gods, such a
I mean, in a
fickle
way, you
being.
got 6 levels.
I know.
Right.
So it's like, getting back in character. Shizuka will turn to everyone. So, do you mind if I cast my augury and I'll be able to divine them?
I don't think you have to ask us permission to do that.
Well, it takes 10
I think
minutes.
she's
so-
asking for us to wait.
Yeah. So while I'm doing this, the rest of you can.
What?
Hmm?
Are we still, like, in the woods?
No, we're in the village. You see where Ryuki and my tokens are?
Yeah.
That's where
Over
we
here.
are.
We're over here.
Right, but I guess I was confused if it was, like, a wooded village.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
I'm
a village surrounded by woods.
Yes,
Yeah.
cursed woods.
What kind of woods were these again?
Cursed?
What-
Deadly very, very nice, pretty.
They
fun,
call
fluffy
it the
woods with
blood
unicorns.
Would that be a coniferous or a deciduous tree?
Oh, fucking god.
Let me put it this way.
I think that's a perfectly
the-
cromulent question.
Let me put it this way. You know the trees from the Evil Dead? That's the forest that we're
So they're
currently
gonna
in
rape
right
us?
now.
So what you're trying to tell me is I'm not going to find a bunch of pine cones out here.
Correct.
Oh,
I mean, if you do, they're probably poisonous, but, you know.
I'm okay with that.
Also, I don't think you can light them on fire.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
okay
not
with that
Gandalf.
too.
You're not Gandalf.
Alright, so Shizuka will go about starting to prepare her ritual.
Okay. And when you get a second, go ahead and throw the card down for me. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Hal is informing Lubu that the trees are all witches.
Ah! Boom!
See, they're made of wood.
Oh god damn it.
Witches are a polymer.
I guess we couldn't get through this campaign without making...
We literally fought witches, and I didn't make that joke.
Yep.
You've been saving it.
I mean, it's been an entire campaign and we did not make a Monty Python reference. I suppose now's the time.
No, we've made several.
We've made several.
My memory is really good today.
Okay.
Fairly certain we've made one every session.
All right.
Must have...
Decisions.
Right, he's gonna go get drunk.
I'm gonna go play in the bar behind Brave.
Ooh, and Lubu will not Lubu. Why did I think Lubu? And Hal will juggle behind them.
Okay. As you guys go back into the tavern, it's a lot different than when you had left it. That drunkard is nowhere to be found. There are actually people here, and they actually seem to be enjoying themselves.
So overall, it's a much better atmosphere.
It is.
Yay!
I
And
you were
then
gonna
suddenly
say-
a much worse atmosphere as I fuck up the flute.
Hold
Okay.
on, Hal is supporting you with juggling. And doing a fan-fucking-tastic.
Right. So Hal kind of pulls out. Oh, what are you juggling?
Knives.
Okay.
Throwing knives.
So Richado, you're playing, and it's really just kind of background music at this point. Most of the patrons here seem to be taking an interest in the juggling of knives.
I'd imagine.
I mean, and like anything else that they throw in, so like maybe some empty bottles, a lit candle or two.
All right. Yeah, the patrons are definitely amused.
He's also doing some like acrobatic shit in the middle of it, because, you know, monk.
Ryuki is going to throw in his Tanto.
Is that the sword? Or
Yes.
oh, that's his short sword.
It's a
Yeah,
short
It's like a
sword.
dagger.
Hal has no problem with that. He's already juggling a bunch of sharp shit.
All right. Any other pressing business? Or are you just kind of relaxing after your arduous battles?
Ryuki's gonna relax, drink, and play dice.
Okay. You will definitely
How's-
find others that are willing to do so.
Hal is just waiting for the rest of the people to like decide to do something, and then he will follow because meh.
I mean, Lou is 100% always up for drinking, so...
I mean, normally I would go get a drink too, but special circumstances.
Exhaustion. Yeah.
Well, yes, but that's not the special circumstance I was getting at.
You're pregnant. Got it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That was
Goodness.
the first thing that came to mind.
Oh my god.
But in general, through your guys' musings and interactions here, it seems like the village spirit has been lifted somewhat. Although, as you're traveling around from place to place, you will notice that there are quite a few less people here.
I look around and go, where'd all the people go?
Excuse me, I had something in my throat. One of the patrons there, kind of a balding gentleman. He's still got the bogu, his top knot, kind of pulled back. He doesn't look, I guess, lordly or anything like that. But Hatsumoto, he sent, I think, 50 troop up to Katsura. Apparently there was a massacre.
I look sidelong at my compatriots.
Ricardo will shrug.
I look back at him and go, wait, who got massacred? The troops that got sent or somebody else?
Oh, he kind of scoffs down at you a little bit. Not our troops. They're too well trained.
I burst out laughing at him.
Hal catches all of his knives, does a bow, and then walks over.
Okay. I'm going to flip over to Makoto and Shizuka real quick. As Shizuka is doing the ritual, she is kneeling down, stands up, and kind of points her fingers outwards as though kind of like a divining rod. And small, gentle flowers seem to grow from the fingertips.
What? She turns to Makoto. What? And
So-
she just waves her hand off, and do they just turn to normal, or?
Oh no, the flowers linger for a good 5 minutes or so.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. This has never happened. Like, last I remember, Susanoo is not one for flowers.
I swear this never happened.
Exactly. It's like, wait. This is weird. Normally, like, it's supposed to make sense, but I don't know what flowers mean.
I mean, flowers usually mean it's a good sign, don't they?
I'm not a botanist. But the fact that they're growing on me is what's concerning.
You know, for some reason that didn't click. What the fuck?
Yeah, hello, random party loot pigeon. Thank you for telling me. So, can I make that religion check?
Yeah, absolutely. The bag is speaking all the way from over at the bar.
So,
You
religion check?
you definitely do not believe this has anything to do with your clerical arts.
Makoto, did something happen after I died? Because I remember was not feeling very well and then dead.
Okay, first out of character, really?
What?
The fucking Infinity War reference?
That's not even what I was going for, but sure.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Anyway.
Blech.
Well, Master showed up.
As in, she just like slightly scratches the top of her head. That? Master?
Yeah.
Oh. And I was dead for that.
Yeah, she, Makoto looks around, making sure no one's watching.
I mean, technically the flowers did point the way, so I guess we can head back to the group. Just tell me what happened on the way there.
Alright. Yeah, Makoto's... Alright. As they're headed back to the group, Makoto's just going to, like, recount what happened in Sylvan.
Okay.
Mhm.
to avoid eaves being dropped.
All right. few hours are going to pass as, you guys are doing your various things.
Also, now I'm getting a fucking drink.
Fair enough. Someone will kind of walk. I'm assuming Asao is at the tavern with the rest. If not, kind of like a 14-year-old boy or so is kind of looking around. Eventually sees Asao's character, walks up, and Mister.
Can I have some more, please?
No, you may not. What do you need?
I'm sorry, but the blacksmith, he paid me some money to come fetch you.
1 second. My mic is super quiet.
What?
Shizuka will just turn to Ryuk and go, has Asao drank too much?
I don't know. I've been paying attention to my dice game.
Dun dun dun.
How much have you lost, by the way?
Nothing. This is friendly.
Okay.
Mister, did you fix your mic yet?
Is this any better?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot better.
Then yes, Timmy, I did.
He kind of looks at you. If you're free, he wants you to come see him. Thanks, bye. And he kind of ducks his head and turns around and just quickly leaves.
If you'll excuse me. He'll get up and head that way.
All right. As you enter the blacksmith's shop, he's kind of banging away at something. He'll notice you walking up out of the corner of his eye and just... you made it.
It took a little trouble.
He'll kind of eye you up and down. Where's that weapon I made you?
I had to leave it there.
So some other unfortunate bastard got it, huh?
Well, it works a little for now.
Let's be honest. That thing was cursed by the gods.
Yes, but it got me out of there.
But what makes a man better than being forged in the fire? I got something for you.
Really?
Yeah, he'll point over. There is another crossbow already made. Looks rather nice.
I'm surprised it's not a pile of secrets.
I'm sorry, it was a pretty bad trick.
I see.
No hard feelings,
Well,
right? He kind of flexes his muscles a little bit.
No, none at
You
all.
trying to flex on me, bro?
I think he already did.
That's just a way of saying I'm sorry. He laughs and he goes back to banging on the forge.
I take the crossbow and leave, mumbling to myself.
All right. So, the rest of you, you're at the bar. You're having a jolly good time. Just relaxing at this point, or what are the plans after you guys bed down, per se?
I've got
pretty
no
much-
plan for this town.
At this point, we're just like relaxing and waiting for Asao, I would say.
Okay.
Although, like,
In the
Shizuka does want to
meantime,
bring something up.
In the meantime, Makoto's gonna turn to Richado.
Yup.
You know, it never fucking occurred to me. How the hell do you deal with it?
Usually I turn them with my music as I play a small ditty on my shamisen.
Clang.
Hey! Hey! It worked this time.
Nice. He does like a little sweeping arpeggio.
It never gets to you? Having everyone fucking staring at you?
Hey, if they're staring at me, it makes me coin. You gotta take what you can get.
One of the women patrons there will kind of butt in on your guys' conversation. She's a little tipsy, with a mug of some sort of alcohol, and trust me, there's way uglier than him.
Ouch.
Ah, such a fine lady.
I don't know whether to say that's a compliment for you or an insult for me.
So, anybody have any plans of what to do next? Do we want to make our way out to that other village?
It sounds like that might not be a terrible plan. We did get sent out here to figure out why the woods stopped.
Yeah.
And with half the town missing, we might not find that out here.
Yeah, we would need to look into that.
Okay, so rest up, and
Like we're off to another adventure.
so it sounds
Yeah.
like you're gonna rest up and head to Katsura. So,
Yeah.
at this,
Also, like, I was gonna bring something up before we ended for the day.
okay,
She look at her. Hey, Sal, can anyone get a read on that guy?
Want us out? Hell no.
Yeah. Because, like, I can't tell if he's happy, annoyed. Like, he's always stoic. That's
Hal
kind
will
of...
call across the room. Hey, Sal, why are you so damn hard to read?
loud.
Well, that's a long story.
How about the short version?
Come, sit a spell.
Just kidding, don't care.
God damn it, you kids.
TLDR.
In five
Sit a
seconds...
while and listen.
I would like to hear.
I would also like to hear Hal will sit a spell and listen to a Sal's tale.
Oh, I don't have a tail.
Oh.
I'm not a kid.
I knew that was coming.
Oi.
Mikara just mutters, "That's racist."
All that build up, and I
Hal
got
will
nothing.
sit a spell and listen to a Sal's story.
Okay.
Anyway. What? Hey, what?
Nani?
He's just gonna
We're waiting on you to say.
he's
It's
just
up there.
gonna stop and look at you like, why? There's no story. Why are you looking at me?
I mean, you literally just told me to sit a spell and listen
Yeah.
to your start. I'm
Yeah.
very confused.
It's almost
Yeah.
like he was playing a joke on you.
Ah, well played. Anyway,
Well, then, if you don't want to tell that story, then how is it that you're able, like, to do all these, like, strange psionic abilities?
Psionics.
What is a psionic?
Well, okay, let me reword
That's not
that.
something you would know in character.
Let me reword that. How is it that you're able, like, to do these strange things with your weapons? Like, you're able to
Miss a
basically
shitload.
Basically, you're able to just order them to do whatever you want to, even though you're not holding on to them.
It's like you're moving. It's like you've moved faster than any human I've ever seen. I see you jump like crazy.
You okay, Peter?
oh, Hal's coughing.
Oh. Well, no, we're keeping our voices low so no one else can hear.
Oh no, Hal's basically saying he can move faster.
He's saying what? He's pretty much going, "What about chopped liver?"
Harumph.
I mean, besides
Harumph, I say.
Well,
Actually,
it's like, here's the thing with Hal, I can trade up to them because of how he's. You are him. Like she gives Hal's outfit a quick up and down. Like
I
you
have
are,
subjected myself to very intensive physical and mental training.
and you look the part. He doesn't.
Look. All I'm asking us out. Are you a ninja?
no, I'm not a
Hey,
ninja.
only a ninja can call another ninja a ninja.
What?
What?
Is
Sorry
that
about
like,
it.
Wait, does that mean you're one to know that rule?
You hear from slightly behind Lou. Oh, would you just shut up? You're in a village surrounded by frickin' guys with swords and probably ninjas. You don't look like no ninja.
Wait, is this a person or my bag talking?
Well, that's what a
is
ninja
your
would
bag.
want you to think.
Okay, I start punching my bag a little bit.
But who's the better ninja? The ninja that looks like a ninja, or the ninja that doesn't look like?
Yeah.
Boom, boom. We're not supposed to do that in public. We've told you before. Stop punching your bag.
Stop punching your bag.
Oh my god.
Yeah, listen to the nice ninja.
I pour my beer down my
I
bag's
knew it!
throat.
It's arduous
All right, so you guys
mental training. That's all it requires.
you
can
guys
do it too.
spend most of the night conversing amongst yourselves, telling stories, getting to know one and another, which is something that you guys really
now
haven't.
that we finally have the time.
Right, so it's good to kind of kick your feet up and relax. Nightfall comes. You guys will get bedding for the night. We'll pick up in the morning. What do you guys wish to do?
I guess keep going upriver to our original mission that we 100% forgot about.
Hey, Ghostly was a cunt and needed.
He
to be
was. No,
uncunned.
I'm fully on board for killing him.
Well, I
I
mean,
wanted to from the beginning.
well, maybe this is a question that we need to pose. Do you guys know what Kosui was doing
Nope.
and how it
No.
how it's affecting your guys' journey?
I know exactly what he was doing. He was being a self-righteous asshole. So we killed him.
I mean, okay,
Didn't care.
yeah.
I mean, he was taking the souls of the dead from many, many villages
Okay,
and
and this is gonna sound
necromancing them.
really stupid, but where do dead people come from?
Alive.
Huh,
people.
the tip of my spear.
That is correct. Alive people. Have you not noticed a lot of the places that you visited seem to be missing live people?
How convenient.
He was
So-
killing people in the
Are-
supply line.
I mean, that was my assumption. Yeah.
I mean, this still doesn't solve the issue of the supply line if everyone's dead.
This also doesn't solve the issue of how the fuck did he kill all these people that are here if we killed him?
I don't know. We could
I
go
mean-
to that village and find out what happened to them.
Let's do that, and then we can deal with the. We still technically haven't figured out why Wood isn't getting down, or
Not a
we
problem.
haven't solved out the.
How?
I mean, Kosui isn't responsible for all death. We've certainly killed a few people. And
Yeah, but they had it coming to them.
yeah, but more to the point, wolves are wolves. And wolves don't need some evil demigod to direct them to be wolves.
Unless they're magic wolves.
Magic demon wolves.
Yes.
All right, so you pull your guys' bootstraps up. You guys prepare. You set off towards Katsuda. A few days are going to pass. As you enter the outskirts of the town, you can see that it's actually pretty large. It's roughly the size of Akita, but there are a lot of wooden buildings about. You can see large mills, but you don't see a lot of people, except for a lot of soldiers from Kinogasa. It's pretty obvious they're flying the banner.
Obvious that they're soldiers, or obvious that they're legion? I guess both.
Well, you can tell the person's profession a lot of times by looking at them, and they have the banners of Kinogasa.
Wait. So this society judges people based on their looks?
Yes.
All-
See also every
all
other
societies.
Yeah, see also every other society.
I mean, like in our world,
I'm-
you could walk up to somebody and go,
I'm-
"That's a fireman." How do you know? Because he's got a fire hat on.
Because he's on fire.
Stop making assumptions. He doesn't have to be a fireman if he doesn't want to be.
Right.
He could just be a stripper.
I was gonna say we do live in a society of impersonators of certain varieties.
He is the 1%. Okay.
Well then.
All right. Again, you can see some soldiers that are milling about. There is a decent-sized plume of smoke.
The mills that were talking about, those are like sawmills?
That is correct.
Okay. This would be where the lumber comes from.
All right.
At least
So
where
who
it's
got slaughtered up here?
processed.
I mean, I would assume that everybody.
The people that were working.
Again, technically, you're still on the outskirts of town. What do you wish to do?
Approach town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just talk to people. Give me a little detail here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to one of the
I was gonna say go directly to the plumes of smoke.
Okay, as you're moving in through town, the plume of smoke is pretty obvious. You can see that it's a few bodies that they put on a pyre. The guards, the soldiers, will look at you all. They'll let you pass, but they're inquisitive as to what you are doing.
Didn't they say that Ricardo attempts to remember her name? The name of the. No, I'm forgetting the fucking word. But Ricardo being
shaman, sorcerer, whatever.
Druid, sorceress thing. Ricardo being Ricardo. That's.
Was there a sentence in there somewhere?
I think we're looking for the sister.
The sister.
The herbalist lady.
Yes.
She is not here.
She was looking for wolves.
That is correct. And you not at least immediately seeing any sign of wolves here.
Do I recognize anyone from Kinogasa who would maybe know who we are? Any of the soldiers, maybe, who were like present when we talked to Fusamura?
Well, we know Toma is not going to be here. One of the soldiers will walk up. He happened to be with you when you guys went to Hiroko Mansion. What are you doing here?
We found a keep that was being run by the same people as the Black Watchtower, and we took them out, and we returned to Kinogasa and heard that a large deployment had been sent here because of a massacre of the townspeople. We wanted to come see what happened.
He'll point to the ground, and you can see several ruts that look like a few carts had been here, and they're leading off east, in a northeasterly direction.
How old are these cart tracks?
Do you have... I would allow...
Hal is asking.
Oh, okay. He's going to guess maybe a week or so. One of the townspeople made it out, and we heard of the catastrophe that happened here.
Out of character, that would be far enough back that it was before we took out Kosui.
You believe so, yes.
That would have been like right.
This must have been the last town that they hit. It's the people responsible for this.
This was the town he told you to go to.
Hal will leave that out. The people responsible for this were the ones running the Black Watchtower and the keep out in the forest. I don't think they will be bothering any more towns.
There's not much of a town left. It's going to take a lot to repopulate here.
Indeed.
I start laughing at that.
This is,
he gives you a very deathly gaze.
I assume this is the big lumber producer of this area.
Most of it was processed here, sent downriver, but we have our difficulty there as well.
Understandable. We were actually originally sent from Dynast to investigate what had caused the lumber to stop flowing.
At this point, what the captain of the guard will see the conversation and start walking over. What's going on here? The soldier will report a small portion of the conversation that we had here. It's like, don't you have duties? Kind of waves him off. If you have questions, I can answer them.
Apologies for distracting your man, Captain.
No, it's quite all right. I've heard of your deeds.
Any of you have questions? Hal says over his shoulder.
I don't have anything.
Are these all soldiers from Kinugasa, right?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, no questions then.
No questions, Your Honor.
How long do you think that it will take to get somewhere like this back up and on its feet?
He kind of sighs dejectedly. There's not a lot of people around, to my understanding. We've heard little from Akita from the south, but it's hard to get people to resettle, remigrate. Not much is
Especially
known
after
to the...
all this shit.
We'll be heading back down the river to Dynast. We can spread word along the way if that will help.
I see.
In addition, when we get back to Shinkon, we can likely have them send some people out to at least run the mills in the meantime. But that will be probably a few weeks at least.
And we still have the woods fighting against us. It's going to take a lot of people. If you have time, would you if you're headed to Dynast, would you deliver a letter for me?
Of course.
I think we can manage that, yes.
I see.
Or we can at least take it as far as Shinkon, and give it to someone there who can take it to Dynast.
Anything to help. If something is not done, we're all going to be hurting.
Of course.
Well, this is literally what our original job was for.
Yeah, we were originally hired to do so.
I see. Well, I hope to aid you in that endeavor. Give me an hour. I'll have something prepared and sent to you. But you may have a look around the town. You're cleared.
Well,
Thank you.
Let's look.
What would happen if we'd come here first?
I imagine
Also-
that we'd end up being sent probably further and further up the river if we...
The
wasn't
DM
closer.
knows.
Or we would have died.
If I were to make an educated guess, Kosui would have probably gone on another rampage.
At some point, Kosui would have finished his ritual and come himself out of the keep and started waylaying.
No.
The only time we actually ran into his henchmen, or anything, the only town we really managed to save outright from the get-go was the one he didn't tell us to go to.
The
Interesting.
the village of the Kitsune, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
He was basically sending us to clean up his messes. All of the... I guess we saved the town that the fire demons were burning up the crops.
Hell yeah, I tripped him.
And then there's also
Yes.
From
Yes, you
100
did.
feet away.
You did a great job tripping them.
Shizuka
Yeah,
pulled out the
but we that one was when we showed up at through sheer happenstance. We weren't directed there like we were to all the others.
And let's not also forget, she pulls out the Tengu mask. Remember those Tengu spirits we saved, or we liberated actually?
Did liberate some of the spirits trapped there. But again, that was a place we hadn't been told explicitly about.
It's
Right.
almost like Kosui was a shifty motherfucker that none of us trusted.
Hmm.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think any of us really trusted him from the get-go.
I mean, he showed up and took a dead body of a person who we killed for harassing a young lady. That, I
I
mean,
mean,
while
harassing me.
No, the barmaid in Gifu.
Was that before I showed back up from taking my
Yes.
piss? And,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that was before you showed back up after taking
He
a
had it
piss
coming.
for
Oh,
several
they,
days.
I fell into the
Way
river.
back.
I'm kind of surprised I didn't end up here.
What?
Fly person.
He said he's going to be right back.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, never mind the fact that you fell into the river. So
It
what-
was raining!
What do you all want to do? Should we stay here for a bit, or?
Well, we need to wait for this letter. I'd like to have a look around and see. This is out of character, just like what I'd like to do.
Sure.
Hal would like to look around and see if any of if there's any attack marks, maybe from a demon that he would recognize based on being hit by them a bunch.
Okay. You may make me an investigate roll.
Okie dokie. Investigation. That's not that good.
All right.
Hey, you did good.
So looking around, you're gonna find some of the buildings are covered in a little bit of soot, and you can see part of it has been flamed away. How that correlates? Somebody liked to cast fireball a lot.
Yeah. That makes sense. It looks like it was the caster, the demon with the swords, who was apt with spell casting.
He did have a name, but he probably didn't get out there. Anju.
I don't think we ever learned his name.
I don't think we did.
Kosui did say their names once.
Once.
Or like when we first met them.
No. Actually...
Kitsune Village, actually. I remember now.
Well, that might have been there. If so, I forgot about that. He did name them at the battle at the Black Watchtower.
Ah.
God damn it! Now I want pears. Whatever.
Did you say
on.
pears?
Yeah, I'm confused by that too. What?
I don't know. The only
Bears.
thing on my mind is how we need to stop the moon from falling.
Dalamud.
Calm down there, Link.
Someone caught it.
Oh, I did.
Hal's gonna go up
Made
and
me
maybe
shake my head.
inspect some of the mill equipment and just see if it looks damaged at all.
Okay, some of the buildings have been damaged in the current scrap, but with a little repair, this town could be back in action very quickly.
Anybody want to draw up a flyer advertising jobs for anybody who moves here?
Yeah,
I'm
we can
gonna
post it right in the center of town.
Oh,
I'm
not to post here, to post at towns we pass through on the way back downriver.
gonna start trying to compose a song to convince people to move to sunny. Where are we?
Where are we?
It's not on the map, so I have. No
I know that's my problem because I'm so used to just looking at the map to being like, oh, Shizuka, oh, it's Kinagasa.
Katsura.
That's her. Yeah, I'm gonna start working on a song to play in ends of "Come Down to Sunny Kinagasa."
No,
Or Katsura.
I labeled it for you.
Oh, you did. Thank you. Because Maddie's dumb. I'm terrible at things.
Very good.
Would you need me to make a charisma roll or anything for that to compose?
I would think it would fall under performance.
All right. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Fucking rip.
Okay.
Lol.
Again, you take a little bit of time to try to whip something together.
It's not very catchy.
Like all great pieces, it needs a good editor.
Oh, by the time we get to Gifu, I'll have something really awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it would be much more moving in its original Klingon.
Yes.
Lumberjacks, though.
It is legit just a lumberjack song at the moment.
But the big problem with this town is its lack of inhabitants. It looks like part of the town were craftsmen as being lumberjacks. They would go out, harvest the wood, bring them in, process it, and then send it downstream.
I guess what you could do, and she looks over the gun.
I have an idea. for how to convince people.
Go on.
Offer free housing.
Yo, check out this section 8.
I can't believe I'm saying this,
Hmm?
but I feel like people would be more apt to hear the message if it came from someone who they think is a commie.
What?
Oh, come on, Zuka. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I see. I like this plan. It's much better than my shitty, than my music.
Luba goes, impersonating a god? This sounds hilarious.
Oh, for the.
And remember,
And then Shizuka will dispel her, disguise
right-
self.
The bag will speak. Didn't you just kill somebody for impersonating a god?
remember, if
No, we
anybody
killed him for
ever-
stopping the flow of
I look at
lumber
my
down
bag
the
go,
river.
no, we killed him for being a cunt.
A cunty god.
See if you
Cunt-
can find your water skin.
If anybody ever asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
Ah,
God damn it.
I was waiting for someone to do it, because if not, I was going to.
Fine, guess I'll do it. I just hope Susanoo will get
I-
pissed off
I-
at him.
Before we just
Okay.
make the plot to El Dorado.
I mean, there is another option. You can let others deal with the problem. You guys were sent to investigate.
Yeah, honestly, our job's done. That
Well,
was my
and-
logic.
We can tell them when we get back to send more people.
Yeah,
That would be
because
our-
right now, Dynast is so far removed from this issue, they probably have no idea what's going on.
So, we're like the UN investigatory committee. We don't actually solve
Kinda-
issues, we just tell people how to solve the issues.
So kind of worthless? Got it.
Yes.
I just think it would be a good way to put people's minds at ease.
I mean, the least we can do is on the way downriver, tell people if they're looking for work, they can come to Katsura
Is it-
a few days upriver.
Is this
Obviously,
whole conversation in character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Luba pipes up and goes, we could always invoke the not my problem clause.
No.
This is literally our problem.
This is our job.
No, our job was to get wood to go downstream again.
Well, our job was to.
This would be part of getting wood to go downstream, good sir.
Honestly, none of this is my job. I'm just throwing for the ride.
Technically, our original job was to find out why wood was not going downstream anymore.
We did figure that out.
You keep
And
saying
if we-
wood, but it's supplies
Well,
in general.
Supplies. We can, on our way downriver, tell people that the problem is taken care of, and that if they want some work, they can come work as wood lumberjacks up in Katsura. And
Lumberjacks, farmers. There were those rice paddies.
Tradesmen as well.
yeah, there's work upriver, and running trade routes along between Katsura and maybe even further upriver and Shinkon. I mean, it's literally the least we can do. I mean, I guess the least we could do is absolutely nothing. But on our way back downriver, we can inform people that there is work upriver, as far as Katsura and Kinogasa. And when we get back to Shinkon, we can hand over the letter that this captain is going to give us, telling them that Dynast needs to send some people to help, resettle this area and the other towns along the river. I mean, we'll need to make our report anyway. The letter can get back to Dynast, and we can get paid.
I do want to make a detour on the way back, though.
I assume you want to go to the Kitsune village again?
What? Am I not allowed to care about my kin?
Oh no, I was just making sure that I wasn't being racist.
Is it racist to assume you want to see home?
I mean, that's not my home, but
It's not
my
mine
home's closer
either.
to Shikon.
Oh. Well,
It was racist to
You
assume
know what
that
I
was
mean.
his home.
Yes.
There you go. That's fine. That's
Yeah,
fair.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
not racist. Rachado is. Got it.
yes.
But
Yeah,
it
so-
sounds like you got a good start of a plan.
So yeah, some privileged information. There's several Kitsune villages. We like to stay hidden.
Yeah.
How is that privileged information? I just always assumed that.
So are
And
you
Shizuka just like reapplies her disguised self.
So you're the ninjas.
If I was a ninja, I wouldn't trip so much.
That's Richado. That's actually a good point. I never thought of it that way.
Y'all stay hidden all the time.
Well, Hal's just gonna wait around for the letter now.
Yeah, as you guys talked, investigated, another soldier will bring you something. It is sealed wax with the crest of Kinogasa, the sigil.
All right, Hal, you're. I gotta be honest, you're better at talking the politics than I am. So, how about you hold on to that one?
Yeah.
Already? Hal will slip it into like a pocket he has inside of his robes.
Sounds
Secret
good.
pockets. Haha.
And I'm assuming like we're heading out with the letter, or are we staying in town for the night?
I mean, it's been a few days.
Again,
We
time
arrived.
can be loosey goosey. It's the minutiae, the tiny little details aren't super.
Doesn't matter right
important
now.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, like, as we're headed back to the rest of the group, Shizuku will actually speak up and say, actually, it's a kind of a good idea that we don't pursue anything combat-related, because my magic's acting up. I don't know what it'll do.
Do you think it's because you
Roll me a
died?
d20.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's not how magic works.
Also, technically, Hal, yes.
I think that's
Like-
the issue.
And, like, here's the thing. When I was trying to divine the location of that woman and that company of soldiers, normally the comm is supposed to give me an idea of where they're going. Instead, what happened is my finger turned into a flower. That's kind of concerning.
Do you still have your finger?
Yeah, see? It's here.
And it didn't
Well,
turn into
then-
a flower, did it?
Yeah.
It turned back.
I got better.
You just got fucking
mean-
barbarian wisdomed.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I really don't trust myself in, like, trying to cast a healing spell on you lest my magic act up again.
Well, cast a healing spell on yourself, and
Well-
then let's see what happens.
Then I guess let's start heading back to Kinogasa. I think pick up our boats,
Mm.
downriver up there, and then
Okay.
I guess start heading downriver if that's okay with everyone.
And the next destination is
Dynast, I believe?
I
Well,
thought
so we want to stop at the Kitsune village.
Right.
This
Um,
is closer to Garasu, if I remember correctly.
it is a
I think
little
it's-
northeast of Akita.
Akita.
Yeah, it's like here.
So our next
Yeah.
stop is Akita, then the Kitsune to go to the Kitsune village, and then just like spreading word along the river in towns that
Katsura needs its people.
All right. So you guys find your boats, and they are intact. They're right where you left them.
good. Oh, thank
goblins did
goodness.
steal them.
One of
Yeah.
them smells really bad though.
Is there meat in there?
There was probably some leftovers or something, and well, make me a nature check.
something
Survival.
got in, ate it, and pooped.
My survival's actually okay.
You wish it was poop.
Roll wasn't though.
Oh, something got in, ate the spoiled food, and died.
Yes.
I accidentally made that a GM roll.
Oh, okay. If you don't care, then it's definitely been used and lived in by animals.
Gross.
Amy.
Yep.
Well-
But the boat did a good job of keeping water from leaking through.
I mean,
mean-
I can give the boat a good scrub down by just creating a deluge of water to wash it out.
That won't be necessary.
Sure, go
Did
ahead.
you say you didn't want to use
Okay.
magic?
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to use magic on you all, lest it go wild. If it's on something that's not you guys, then I think it should be fine.
Let's not destroy our boats now.
It's
If you
just
destroy our
water.
boats, you're walking.
Do it.
It's just water. So what's that can happen?
Stronger.
Where's crate water?
So it's.
I don't care.
treason
Roll a
then.
d20.
Oh boy.
It's treason then.
Because we all know you don't have the spell.
Yep.
You hold out your hands, you're like, I got this, fam. Literally nothing happens. People are just kind of looking at you.
Well, get on with it.
Hal sarcastically slow claps.
You think we should try and turn her off and on again?
Like, no, I
We
can't do
literally
this.
did that.
And she
It
tries
just, you
casting
know-
it again.
No, we turned her off and on again, and she stopped working. Now, if we
You
turn
know,
her off and on again,
We could just
maybe
watch
she can.
the boat in the river.
And like, no, I can do this. And she
Hal's
tries
gonna
casting it again.
Bucket with water.
You're
Uh-oh.
just, you're standing there, egg and your face are in alignment.
Hal takes
Wait,
a
what?
bucket of water, splashes it on the smelly part of the boat.
Yeah, you're standing there with egg on your face. Like, literally nothing happens. This work, I mean, this clerical magic had been such a part of your life, and it's just gone.
Meanwhile, Makoto's going to use his magic to clean the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Because I literally have a spell specifically for this.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so you guys get in the boats. You travel south to Akita. It's pretty much the way that you left it. The fields are looking better. They're definitely being tended to. Kids are still out and about playing. It's one of the few towns that really never got hit. At least not too hard.
Yeah. I mean, the fields were only in the process of being destroyed, and I think we fixed them.
Yeah, it appears to be so.
And we
Anything-
cleared the name of that random ass half orc.
Did we?
We did.
That was
You're looking to find out?
We found out before we left.
I don't think we did.
no, we didn't.
We did.
We did, but it was the next session. I had to retcon a little bit. Would you like to share with the class?
Turns out the stock was unlocked the whole time, but he made no attempt to escape. And considering both that and the fact that we fixed the problem, the mayor, was it?
Yes, this town has a mayor.
Recognize the half orcs honor with dealing with a punishment that may or may not have actually been his fault when he could have left at any time, and he's like, nah, you're free.
Yeah, no, I remember quite distinctly remember Reiki not liking that half orc because he had no will to free himself.
It could very well be at odds against your typical demeanor.
I believe it's on foot from here to our
Ooh, Lex
destination.
just blue screened.
No, you guys can take the boats. Remember, you had to pull them a little on shore.
Ah.
Yep.
Oh no, I meant to the Kitsune Village.
Kitsune Village,
mhm.
that's going straight through a forest.
Okay.
If you remember, there's kind of a hidden path.
I remember it.
Yeah. Regardless, you guys go through the dancing lights. It guides you in, and you guys will be at the Kitsune Village. There aren't a
Is there-
ton of people here.
Do they have fried tofu?
They do not have fried tofu. But Namai is here, and she is very happy to see you all. She seems to be looked highly upon within the villagers that are here.
Hello
This lady
again.
who stayed the water temple place, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a temple to Inari.
Yes.
Oh, friends, I'm so glad to see you alive.
Glad to see you're back on your feet.
I'm feeling so much better.
That's good to hear.
Come. You took me by surprise. Come, I'll prepare a meal. You guys must be famished.
Okay, thank you for your
Thank you.
hospitality.
Yeah, she will invite you guys in. She'll walk and talk while she's preparing food for you all.
How's Toma?
I don't know. There's a long story about that, but I suppose we have time, don't we? Some things come and go, and she's obviously a little solemn about this, but that wasn't my Toma.
GM forgot something.
Did I?
Toma was the guy who was guarding Namai while she was ill.
Yeah.
Her son was Kisei.
Oh, yes. I got the names mixed up. So.
Let's go, sweet. Get him.
Okay.
We just burn. We're like, it's still Coswing.
You guys got me. Okay. So Toma. Oh, yes. He's studying to be one of the priests of Inari. Actually, you should go visit him later.
Nice.
Oh,
Now we'll get into Kisei because that's your next question, obviously.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You know me so well.
So yeah, that's my fault. I did fuck up the names. Whoever that wasn't my son. I know he's out there somewhere. One day, Inari will guide our paths together. I believe it.
Never found him, huh?
No. But she breaks the silence. So what about you guys? Tell me of your adventures.
well, then Shizuka can tell the story of the Blood Forest. Just skipping over a few details here and there, specifically how.
And in case it isn't fucking obvious, Makoto's not gonna be disguised well in this village.
No problem.
And as she's explaining the tale of the Black Watchtower, Shizuka will also let her disguise fall. And then
she will comment on this, especially after you drop. It's so nice knowing that you can just be yourself, not having to hide behind a mask.
Yeah, it is. And then she'll end off the story with, and then I died.
That's an abrupt way of putting it.
And you hear a clang as a bowl hit the floor. What?
I'll let Makoto finish that part.
That way to put me on the spot.
Well, you did. Well, you are the one who talked with.
You need some backing music on this.
There has to be better ways to phrase that.
I mean,
Literally
it's the truth,
any
isn't it?
other way.
I'm standing right here, aren't I? That means I was brought back.
Subtlety, woman.
You'd think we'd be good at that by now.
I'm just being honest.
Fantastic at subtlety.
It appears not a lot has changed, has it?
No,
I guess not.
I'm just being honest. But anyways, and she'll
she'll smile and laugh and listen to your story.
Yeah, Kosui poisoned Shizuka, and she succumbed to it before we could actually get it treated or neutralized.
I see.
Honestly, I thought we had lost her for good, but Inari showed up and made an offer to me to get her a second chance at life.
She looks at you with just wide open eyes of a child, really.
I probably shouldn't have said that so casually, should I?
That's an amazing story. I don't know what to say to that. Apparently our prayers have been reaching you.
Oh? And Shizuka's like eyes will widen, like, oh, well, thank you for that.
Yeah. I often go to the temple and think about what you've not only done for me, but our village here, and you're never far from my thoughts.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
thank you.
Honestly, I suppose it's a bit hard for me to think about from the perspective of another, because honestly, Inari has always guided my path.
Very wise words.
Raiki will just be like, maybe you should start following Inari now, Shizuka. Maybe your magic will work then.
I mean,
says the follower of Susanoo.
Right. The fucking
And, like-
backpack just snickers a little bit.
Shizuka just gives you a look that says, like, I don't know whether to be pissed off or just acknowledge that you're right.
Anyways, enough with the arguments. Enjoy. She'll start setting out food. For half the party, it would be considered rabbit food, but it's food nonetheless.
Does she at least have sake?
Are you asking? Because it's not on the table.
Raiki is going to ask.
Yes, I have to run out. I'll be right back. But make yourselves at home.
Didn't expect her to run out, but okay.
She seems very, very grateful for all that you've done for her. Yeah, I mean, 5-10 minutes are going to pass. She'll come back with a few bottles.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, relax. Again, I love hearing all of your tales. Yada, yada, yada. Anything else that you guys wish to
Don't
do
you
in this
say a
town?
damn thing, Asao.
Okay.
All right. But Shizuka's will actually just go quiet for the rest of the meal until.
Yeah. But again, you guys spend the evening here, catching up, as it were. Another restful adventure. At this point, Makoto, you would not have any sorts of exhaustion.
Nice. Those exhaustion levels would have really sucked if we were actually doing time-sensitive stuff.
Right. It could have
That
happened.
half movement
Fortunately,
speed,
it's just
though.
you're achy on the travels home.
There were
Someone else is driving the boat.
There were, of course, a few side adventures that never got done, but.
And one thing, like, as the meal ends, Shizuka will bring up, actually, part of the reason why we're here is that, are you familiar with the village of Katsura?
It doesn't ring a bell. Is that where? Is it the? Again, she's kind of scratching at some thought that seems to be right behind her eyes.
It's a lumber producing village to upriver.
I know very little of it. I'm sorry.
Well,
Shizuka, they're still rebuilding enough here.
No, but I was going to bring up if you knew anyone who is an artisan, a worker, or just in general need of work, Katsura is looking for people. So even if like you yourself cannot make it, if you know someone who does need it, point them in that direction.
I see.
They could always use another hidden village up there.
True.
I can't guarantee anything, but I will bring it amongst our people.
Thank you.
No, it is I who should be thanking you.
And she'll just give her a smile.
All right. So again, just kind of chit-chatting through the night. You guys are obviously offered a place to rest. Morning comes. what's next on the agenda?
I mean, I guess further down the river, if nobody
Yeah.
else says anything.
Heading
And then
toward Shikon?
Hal would like to at least poke into a tavern in every town and just like.
Okay. There wasn't
Pinch
much left in
into the
Garasu.
bar.
It was pretty
But,
much.
like,
Yeah. Shizuoka
in the-
was pretty
Still-
vacant, so Gifu would probably be your next.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
wait. Slight
Hmm?
problem.
Hmm?
Aren't we not allowed at that tavern?
Hmm.
See, on the plus side, I can go in and pedal my
Rachada,
tails.
go
I can pedal my
Oh.
tails.
I
So-
mean, technically, I could go in. They
So,
saw a
but, like-
human being.
Well,
In all of the towns that are still populated that we pass through, Hal would like to mention that there is potential for work up in Katsura,
all right.
and just like drop that to the bartender if anybody comes in.
And Gifu would be a great place to do that. But we're going to take just a quick 5-minute break here, and I'm going to leave you
All
with
right,
this. Why exactly were you not allowed in Gifu, and why may that have changed? I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Oh,
We
right.
weren't allowed there because fucking
Because
Cosme-
we weren't. We were allowed in Gifu. We're just not allowed in that one tavern.
Yeah, because the fight that broke out and Cosme
Yeah.
came and took the body,
It-
but
because
Cosme's dead now.
Drew in Kosui to that tavern, so we could inform him that Kosui is dead. Kosui is dead. Long live the Kosui. Anyway,
I'll be right back.
and I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hello.
You tired, Maddie?
Yeah, I'm A, tired, and B, still
Sick.
rough. Yeah,
Still what?
sick.
Dying. Maddie is dying of the plague.
Like, I was feeling sick on Friday, and then it just kind of deteriorated.
Got worse.
Terrible. Yeah.
Don't you remember Maddie's oh-so-genius decision to fall through the floor intentionally?
And not give us a way to follow up?
Honestly, I thought that was hilarious.
But yes, it just kind of got continuously worse since Friday. And then got better after about Monday-ish.
And I'm back.
Welcome
back.
Thank you.
I have cookies.
Also, I definitely didn't hit the green update button for like the third time the fucking day.
Are you talking about...
Is it me or does Discord update really often lately?
Oh no, it does. It's like 4 or 5 times a
The
fucking
annoying
day.
part is when it forces an update, which I've had happen once or twice.
When you're like 10 updates out of update.
Yeah, and like mid-session, it decides to update.
Nice.
Mhm.
I'd like to point out that because of how fast it updates, that's every 2 days basically.
Actually, I should probably update before everybody gets back.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah, good idea.
Wait, what are you all doing?
Everybody's updating Discord.
Discord, apparently. I do
I'm
not
going to
have
do
an
that
update.
after.
7 billion and 36 at this point, since there's like 4 a day. That's fucking ridiculous. 4 fucking day.
Does it say the version? On there?
Probably
Jesus.
somewhere. But it looks like most people are back.
Except for Lux and blue screened.
Ah. Good old Windows 3.1.
Although he's playing World of Warcraft now, so
Poke him.
Maybe he just has it to auto-launch when he turns the computer on.
That's how you know you got addiction bad.
When your computer blue screens, but it doesn't stop on WoW.
Probably wouldn't affect it, considering them graphics.
Let's see. This one, do they have the correct version number?
All right, but what did we decide?
I think the best plan of action would be to just send Richado in, since, you know, he wasn't seen.
send the demon in. That's a good idea.
Well, that and...
The demon shall waltz in, playing joyous songs.
That and, if Makoto wanted to go, Kitsune Makoto.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that.
I mean,
Yeah.
just let them know Kosui is dead. And,
Ding dong.
shouldn't be
Kosui's
bothering
dead.
them. Shouldn't be bothering them anymore. And that, what was I gonna say? Kosui is dead, should not be bothering them anymore, and, if anybody comes through looking for work, that the people are needed up in, Katsura.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in and tell the barkeep that. Also, can I have a drink?
So, Richado and Makoto is going in to the
Yeah.
bar?
Yes.
The bar, remember there were 2 bars in this town?
The one we got kicked out of first.
Okay, so the
just to
one
get it
on
out of the way.
Gotcha. All right. So as you enter in, there is that portly gentleman there behind the bar, still cleaning away, probably the same damn mug. He'll look over at you guys, kind of look around at the patrons here. and he's just he's dead stop, staring at you.
Oh,
At
boy,
me
here we
or
go.
at him? Or both of us?
As you two enter the bar.
A kitsune and a demon walk into the bar.
What's that?
A paladin pulls out his sword.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
So he's just stared at both of us.
It's a Mexican standoff. After about 30 seconds of awkward silence, he goes back to cleaning his mug.
Yes, I got it in before he said back to clean mugs.
Yes. Thank you. I love that.
Accurate.
I love that meme. Well, I'm gonna head up to the barkeep. Hey.
Can I help you?
Yeah, could I have a drink?
I guess. Do you have money?
I do.
What do you want? It's really awkward.
This is not the kind of interaction I'm used to in any way.
Should I? Have
Barkeep,
them on?
could I have a...
What's your best drink?
He reaches behind the bar, pulls out a bottle. Looks like it's some sort of soju.
All right, how much?
Let me see the coin.
Miko's gotta pull out the coin.
Did you show any black coin?
No.
Yeah. He pulls out a glass, pours one for you. The quarter dragon.
Okay. So I have 0.75 in personal funds.
Nice.
Because that makes
You
sense.
literally pulled out one.
Anyway,
We
Well-
have tails.
I see.
Come with tails.
in more ways than one. This
What's
is
your-
the third time that joke has been made in this session.
What's your story, Fuzzy?
Triggered.
I heard you were having problems with a certain individual.
To be honest, he kind of looks around the bar. He's super paranoid at this point, which is amplified by his awkwardness. He ain't been around much. I was hoping nobody would bring that up.
Well, I got some good news for you. He ain't coming back.
He leans in real close to you. Really?
Swear to the kami.
Make a persuasion.
Ew. I'm good at these. Normally.
Good thing you added that caveat.
Is it too late for me to give him bardic inspiration?
I mean, you can. He rolled a 6, however. It's your call. It's your call. I have not stated what happened
Here,
yet.
take a bardic inspiration. Let's see what'll happen as you.
What's it? D6 or
It's a
D8.
Currently a D8.
that might actually work.
I'm waiting for that 1. 3.
Not much
Um,
better.
He looks at you. He looks at the glass. He kind of nods his head to you like, drink it.
All right, I take a swig.
All right. He then grabs the bottle, puts it back behind the bar. What's your story? He looks over at Richado.
Oh, I'm just a humble bard, bringing stories of work in Katsura and falling demons.
Katsura. Ain't that way far north?
Indeed. But if you're looking for sunny skies and good work and good coin,
Kind of glances around the bar like, dumb shit, I own my own place here.
I know you are, but say, couldn't you imagine being the only barkeep in the entire town? Workers coming in after a hard day?
That sounds like either a persuasion or bluff or deception.
I'll roll persuasion. I'm actually good at those.
I was waiting for the normally.
Usually.
He kind of scratches his chin a little bit. He seems to be thinking about it, but I'll pass the word. You guys just traveling through, or what?
We're heading on.
We're actually on our way back to Shikon. We were sent to Katsura to deal with the supply, to investigate and potentially deal with the supply problem.
Oh, that's fixed, huh?
As I said, work coming out of Katsura.
I see. Well, if you need anything, let me know. He just kind of walks around the bar doing various bartender duties.
Gotta say, that's a much more stilted. Gotta say, that was a much more stilted conversation than I was expecting.
I mean, last time we were here, it was not like he was very talkative either.
He basically said, "That's fine, whatever. Just don't kill anyone."
And then we killed someone.
Right.
Yep.
And then the best
I
part
had
was,
one roll.
yeah, you guys did all that shit, and then you came back.
I love literative. I love literary bookends.
In the meantime, Hal would poke his head into the other bar and just tell the bartender.
I think it was called what, the Black Horseshoe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
and just
in
tell
the-
the bartender if you hear of anybody looking for honest labor, there's work as lumber, work at the lumber mills up in Katsura.
He rubs his elf ear there. That's interesting. I can spread the word. Yes, I don't know how many takers, but yes.
Oh, of course. And
how did you come by this information?
I was just there about a week ago. We're traveling downriver to bring news to Shikon that part of the supply issues have been resolved. That's actually why they need people up in Katsura to get the bills back working again.
I see. Yeah, I will definitely spread the word. I don't know who at all would be interested, but there's a lively sort in this village.
Well, if anybody drifts through looking for honest labor, let them know.
I appreciate it.
And then I'll pop back out and wait at the boats for the other two.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our business concluded, and Makoto having his nice drink. I think we'll be headed back.
All right. You guys rendezvous. You guys paddle out of town. You see some
Do you
kids.
mind if I actually
Yeah, go ahead.
cut you off there for a sec? When they get back to the boats, there's just a note sitting there. And in the note, it just says, "Thanks for the adventure," and Ryuki's gone.
Oh, wow. You can write.
Yeah, he can. It took him a while. It's a pretty shitty handwriting. It looked pretty rough.
Took him like 12 fucking weeks, but goddamn.
Spelled wrong, the E's are backwards.
Basically, it looks like your fucking 2-year-old nephew drew it.
Fucking barbarian.
The thanks spelled with a Z at the end instead of
Awesome.
It just says THXZ.
Thanks for all the fish.
You're a dolphin now?
Yes.
No, very good.
I mean, you kind of are now that I think about it.
How does the party react to this?
Hal scratches his head a little bit.
I
and is like,
tried talking him out of it, but he said he had to follow his own path.
well, maybe we'll run into him again eventually. Who
Oh,
knows?
it's him.
Ryuki was never part of the job, and he was only along for the fun.
And now that the fun's over, time
Yep.
for the next job.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
he does.
That's a graceful way to bow it.
Ryuki doesn't do jobs; he just does whatever he wants.
Man. Yeah, never did challenge him to a drinking contest.
Probably a good thing.
We never actually had a drinking contest, I don't think.
No, we never
I
did.
had one.
When we get back to Shikon and have turned in the job and get paid, let's all have a drinking contest. Is that look you in?
All of a sudden, the drinking contest is mentioned in Ryuki's back. No, I'm kidding.
Ryu just pops his head out of the fucking tree. He's like,
You
"Did I hear
drinking?
drinking?"
That's awesome.
So I
Rejoice!
and at that point, like Shizuka was just like, I don't think that would be wise for me.
Why not?
Do it yourself.
Apparently, during my training as a monk, I was sort of banned from drinking ever.
That's a stupid.
Wow, I
answer.
thought I had a drink. I thought
No, it's more like I tend to cast at random. So, unless you want a very drunk mage...
Good thing you don't have magic anymore.
No, I still have magic, it just doesn't obey me anymore.
Well, I mean, yeah, like that was literally the only way we stayed sane up in the mountains. At the temple. Like we literally made our own booze.
Out of character, are you saying you guys made fucking Pruno?
No,
Or
I'm
like-
gonna go with mead because
that's what he's doing IRL.
yeah,
Okay. I'm pretty happy
we're
with that.
about to move out of the first stage of fermentation into the second.
Nice.
Hey.
All right, so
We're just gonna
Ryuki
head
has parted company, and what is the next stop? Off to Shikon.
Yep.
All right, so we'll whisk away. I think this is the first time in game that we've been at Shikon. Mm-hmm. All right, it is a
Yeah, 'cause
very, very large town. Along the river, there are a lot of shops and things set up. There is a small mill. Hattori Mills are there. In the center of town is actually centered upon the river itself. The river flows into the main temple there. Surrounding it, there is a courtyard. You guys will see many monks practicing their arts there. There is also a bardic college at Shikon. There is also a very old and withered tree. Think like the great redwoods, big enough where you can pretty much build inside. That is the Wizard College. It is also the clan home for Akechi. Again, think similar to the Kikugiri, the samurai Bushido way of life. They act as pretty much the military here as well, and there is also a small collective of clerists here that worship and pray to the gods.
All right.
Ricardo is happy to be back home.
And
I assume there's like a not adventurers guild, so to speak, but like
a billboard.
almost like a bounty hunter center that like gives out bounties on certain jobs or
Yeah.
something like that.
Along the northern bank of the river is where most of the, for lack of a better word, the mercantile area is. So you've got your shops, your bars, that sort of thing. At the largest establishment there would be the closest thing to what you would consider an adventurer's guild, per se.
I assume Hal has some contacts there from his bounty hunting days.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I assume that's probably where we got the job.
Yeah, word was spread around not only in Shikon, but also in Hell's Cradle, the birthright home of Clan Gekido, as well as Dynast itself. So depending on where the character started from, that's probably
was
where
this
they heard of
area.
it. Mm-hmm.
Then Hal's gonna pop in to let the party know that he'll take care of the bounty if they wanna do stuff around town.
Do you mind if I follow you?
Sure, why not?
Mikado puts a hand on Zuka's shoulder.
Hmm?
I think you have some pressing matters to deal with first.
Hmm? What do you...
I mean, if you're having issues with your magic, would it
Well,
make sense to check with the clerics?
I probably should check with them first. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I'll meet you all at the center of town in about an hour, if that works.
That works.
Anybody who wants to can follow me.
I'm gonna actually go check in with the Bard's College.
Okay, so we'll deal with Hal here just a little bit, and then we'll switch over to the Bardic College. Hal, as you enter in, you're immediately addressed with a voice. Ugh, look at this riffraff that came back in. It's a kind of a well-musculared man standing there. Somebody that you've run a few jobs with in the past. You guys haven't always seen eye to eye, but he's always followed through.
What is his name? If he
Uh,
has one.
Yeah, Renyo.
Is that I-O or Y-O? Oh, you're typing it. Awesome. Cool, I spelled it right. Renyo, how you been?
Good. You're not cleaning up on all these jobs. Where you been?
I've been taking care of the supply chain issue with a few folks.
Wait, seriously?
Hal pulls out the letter with the stamp of Kinagasa and says, "Yup."
Holy sh...
And he heads over to, I assume the bartender is the job distributor or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, the bartender is a turtle.
Dope.
Nice.
So,
Wait, what? Can you wait? Can you repeat that? You cut out.
the bartender, his race, he's a turtle.
A what?
I think you can infer that from the name.
He's a fucking turtle.
He's a
person.
fucking turtle person.
Oh. Yeah, I just googled turtle. Like, oh, okay, interesting.
Is his name? What was that? The Hal?
Hasha, good to see you.
Yes.
I'm
Complete your
here
mission,
about
did you?
Indeed, I'm here about the Dynast supply run job.
I see.
And he puts the letter down on the table and says, "This needs to go to Dynast, but it should be taken care of."
So this is your proof, huh?
Indeed, they'll need to resupply people up at Katsura, the lumber village, and maybe a few stops along the way. There's a few now vacant villages, but
Yeah, let me
the
cut
root
you
of
off
the
there.
problems-
You do realize this is sealed, and I can't see inside. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, this is... He pulls out... it's essentially a monocle, but it's got a little... It's like a jeweler's monocle. He kind of looks over the seal. Oh, yes. So it is this... Kikugiri? Oh, yes, I remember running into Yamamoto. Yeah, anyways, yes, I think this will be proof enough. Anyone else you wish to claim?
You mean anyone who... does he mean anybody who assisted me?
Your party members, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Hal will list off the party members.
Oh, yeah. What? I'm sorry, I'm so disorganized. He kind
Don't
of...
hand him a list.
he turtles off. Grabs... Sifts through some parchment past ledgers and missions and sorts. Oh, yes, here it is. As you read off the names, he's like, check. Yes, now payment. Would you like it now, or will you be staying in town?
We'll probably be in town for a few days. I'll inform the others they should stop by, give their names, and you'll give them their cut, but
Yeah,
I'll
yes,
take
of course.
mine now.
Oh, yes, of course. He will hand you 100 gold dragons.
Always a pleasure doing business with you.
Yes,
That's
yes.
just your cut? Damn.
Yes. Feel free. There's plenty of work to do. Plenty of work. If you need me, I'll be about. Bardic
I'll
College.
let you know if I need any jobs. Or if I need any jobs. And then Hal will just, like, go chill for a bit.
Okay, sounds good. Bardic College. As you enter into, it's essentially a mansion. As you walk in the grand foyer, there's a bunch of posh. It's a pretty opulent place, especially for being, in the middle of a valley in a forest. But plush couches, chairs. There's several people about. They're talking, conversing. Of course, there are instruments about. Somebody is playing away on something similar to a piano. You are quadruple muted.
I think Matt is dying.
Was dying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I was also going to say, they're bards. If it wasn't the poshest place in the whole damn city, I would be offended.
Accurate.
I was literally dying through the last bit of that.
No problem.
Could you repeat?
Yeah, again, I just described the manner that you walked in. Within, past the foyer, a large open room. There are lots of people kind of milling about, small conversations. Again, the seating here is plush, padded furniture. Adorning the walls, there are fine pieces of fine art as well. Again, they're just conversing amongst one another.
I suppose I would just move through the crowd, seeing if I would pick up on anything. Let's say interesting.
Just a little bit of backstory. You're from here, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
am.
what I thought.
Sorry, just put
No,
a.
You're fine.
Again.
As you're walking about, you feel a little tug at the back corner of your tunic or whatever.
I will give a small twirl and a flourish.
Okay, as you twirl around, there's no one there. But as you look down, a small halfling woman is kind of looking up at you, smiling. It's someone that you've of course run into many times. Really, really good flute player, very knowledgeable about the region and lore. Her name is.
Are you giving me a chance to name her, or?
No. I'm
Okay.
typing it out.
Her name is Stupid Bitch. No,
Actually, just a brief pause. Her name is actually described by an ellipses.
her name, nothing. She has no name.
No, a little halfling by the name of Kimiko.
Kimiko. Nice to see.
Hey,
always.
long time no see.
Oh God.
I've been busy. I've been out and about up the river.
Yeah, more like you got drunk and fell in.
I cannot deny that did not happen. That's just showing exactly how enticed I was
Richado,
with it.
you'll never change. So, what have you been up to?
As I said, up the river, up to Katsura. I found a little group of buddies, and we headed on up to take care of some of the woodish.
Yeah, I heard about that. You were successful? Things are gonna pick up?
Now, come now. I'm from the Shikon Bardic College. Would I ruin this great establishment's name?
She kind of looks at you like, do you want me to answer honestly?
Yes. Yes. We made
Yes?
it better.
Yes. Yes. Well, I was just on my way out, but it was good bumping into you. Maybe we can connect later. That is not sexual.
No,
Giggity.
no,
I mean,
it's
we
hard
weren't
to
going
talk
to say
with a
anything.
lozenge in my mouth.
But she is a bard.
Richardo will reach down and
Party Loot is typing. God damn it.
It is bards, to be fair. Richano will reach down and give her a kiss on the palm.
She shakes
Farewell,
her head.
my lady.
Laters.
Milady.
My lady.
My lady.
I adjust my small brimmed hat. All right. Other than that, there's lots of bards just talking about various things. Some of them are actually talking about some of the adventures that you guys have previously been on.
Ooh.
How about, well, in traditional bardic fashion, about half the information is roughly correct.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's the good ones understand how to filter out the shit from the good.
Embellishment. It's
Exactly.
called embellishment.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a level 18 ability, I think.
It's an art.
One of them got word from overseas about another group that
Yeah, I was about to say, is the other half from them?
yeah. They claimed that group managed to kill a god.
Oh, now did they?
Maybe not that lavish of stories, but again, it's a good place to
I'd like
kick
to
your
meet
feet back up, hear what's going on locally and abroad. At this point, we're going to switch back to the rest of the party. What are you guys doing?
I mean, Shizuka was checking in with the clerics.
Okay.
Mikoto's being totally 100% racist and following Shizuka.
All right. So to get to the portion where the clerics practice, you need to go through the main temple. And through the main temple, you will have to pass through the Hall of 1,000 Rivers. You will see lots of people in meditation, prayer, all sorts. What they've done here is as the river comes through the building, it separates out into almost like little aqueducts or channels that the rivers flow through and about the room. There's a lot of natural plants and growth vegetation inside this room, and it seems widely used by a lot of people here. In the center, there is kind of like a stone bowl. Inside the bowl is a very famous item, at least around here. It is a gem of 4 different colors, which is probably where this town, this village or town city, got its name, Shikong. As you pass through, you will get to the essentially the southern wing where the clerics reside. Some of them are in essentially like a lecture. Others have free time and are milling about. Shizuka, are you from Shikong?
No, she's from Dynast. But I would assume that she would have to make like trips to here.
You probably
I mean-
would have been here a few times in your life, yes.
I mean, we're not really from Dynast either, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, we're technically
If we're
from
being
all over,
super
but-
technical about it.
I know.
No, it's rather, are you from here or are you from somewhere else, essentially. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't completely be unfamiliar to you. But there are people milling about.
Mhm.
Are you still wearing any sort of that plate mail, or what kind of garb do you have on?
Right now, like after realizing that her plate mail no longer felt comfortable, she's in her normal clothing.
Like a tunic?
Yeah, tunic and such.
No problem.
And she's under her disguise self.
Okay. One random, we'll say it's a dwarf, will look upon you as you enter. Greetings.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to speak with, question to GM is that would, like Shizuka's teacher would be at this temple, so...
I mean, that's a possibility. Or just you want to speak with, like, one of the high clerics?
Yeah, one of the high clerics of Susanoo.
Yeah. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm not actually sure, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just, I feel like I would need one of the High Cleric's opinion on something. Like, because I'm not even sure what's going on myself.
Okay. He's not really buying what you're selling, so you're going to have to persuade him.
The roll. Wow. Shizuka will explain that she is a follower of Susanoo, and recently her magic, whenever she tries to channel the divine, has been acting up.
I think there's a simple solution for this. Follow me.
Okay.
He turns you about, and you guys walk back into the room of a thousand rivers.
And he cuts off your tail.
Well, he wouldn't know it was there in the first place.
No. And he will kind of motion for you to this sounds so bad. To kneel. I find when I'm lost, a little self-reflection and reaching out can do a world of good.
Alright. And so she will like assume like the Seiza position.
Mm-hmm.
And like holding on to her symbol of Susanoo, she'll actually like start praying.
Okay. Make me a religion check.
Wow.
All right. So as you're kneeling there in prayer, the dwarf is obviously going to part ways with you and head back to what he was doing. You will sit there, pray, reaching out to Susanoo. What do you say?
First she does her standard prayers, and then once that's done, she will ask, what's happening to me? Like, I've not once has any of the magic that I've channeled through you have ever acted in such a manner. I need your guidance in this.
All right. Here's what happens. As you're clutching the symbol with your hand, you lose grip. You look down, and you quickly realize why. These small, almost it's salt granules are in your hand. As you kind of move about, your medallion will shake off little pieces of salt.
She's gonna bring it closer, like to examine it. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's not pouring, but as you move it about, little flakes of salt are coming off of it.
That doesn't look normal.
It's really not. She'll gently like wipe off the salt.
Okay, and that's gonna happen for about the next 30 minutes.
This doesn't seem good. She looks around like for any cleric.
Okay, you can find one. All right. Looks like it's a tabaxi. Can I help you?
And she will say, yes, I was praying to Susanoo, and all of a sudden she points at the holy symbol, which is somehow the source of all this salt.
Okay. The tabaxi will lick its finger and kind of place it on some of the granules. Place it upon her tongue. Makes a little bit of a face. Well, salt often signifies purity.
I mean,
I can't tell you exactly what this means, but obviously the kami are favoring you in some way.
And she'll look down at the symbol and she'll just like hold on to it. Like not squeeze it, but like she'll just hold on to it like tightly.
Yeah.
Like, And like she'll look a bit pensive and then she'll just like put the symbol back around her neck. And she'll just like bow to the, what did you say? The
Tabaxi. It's a cat
To the-
person.
to the Tabaxi and just in thanks. And she'll get up to her feet and say, basically now like she'll ask for her teacher by name, like if he's in.
Okay. Let's see here. Currently, your former instructor is in the middle of, well, for lack of a better term, a lecture. They won't be available until later, but they will leave word that you are in town and are seeking a little guidance.
All right, and she will bow to the Tabaxi and just pretty much say that they'll be at the end.
All right.
And she'll make her way out to the outside the temple.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they wish to do?
We said
Sorry,
we
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble processing that there are cat people all of a sudden. I forget.
It's a weeb setting, of course they're cat people.
No, I mean it's actually no. Like that race is actually in Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the multi-race stuff. Now, as you guys get further out into the wild, not as much, but once you get into this Shikone is much larger than Akita was. It's probably at least 4 times as large. It's nowhere near the size of Dynast. Dynast would be equivalent to like Waterdeep. So the bigger the place you're in, the more diverse characters that live there. All right, so
I mean, unless you want to jump over to Raiki and Hill's Cradle, nah.
yeah,
I
we,
mean,
we can definitely do that real quick. All right, are you from Hell's Cradle?
Yeah, he was originally a soldier in the Clan Gekido army.
All right.
As an FYI, anybody who decides to in this place that I do not remember name because there's
Shikone?
a Makoto on top. Shikone. Makoto's on top of the name, so I couldn't say it. In Shikone, Hal would inform everybody that they can pick up their pay at the bar, and then he's just like hanging around looking for bounties.
So everybody can record 100 gold on their sheet,
Nice.
except for Ryuki, because he's like, I don't want to get it.
He doesn't need the money. I'm not here for that.
All right. So as you enter in Hell's Cradle, it is definitely a more warrior, bless you, centric way of life. Strength is the #1 determining factor of a person's station and rank. So, as you enter into this mountainy home, people look upon you. You know that they're judging you, but they let you pass.
Ryuki, not giving a shit that they're judging him, just struts in like he fucking owns the place with a huge grin on his face.
All right. It doesn't take too long until you run into the leader of Clan Gekido, Gar, the Immortal. He is what you would consider a Goliath. He stands about 8 foot tall. He's about twice as wide as a normal man, and he carries a very large axe.
Ryuki will give him a salute.
Little warrior.
My liege,
It is good you have returned to us. Come, share your story.
Ryuki will get a big grin on his face and says, the priestesses were right when they said I would find adventure. An adventure I've found. He's going to... Good.
He looks at your side. That is not all that you have found.
Felix,
Felix.
I'm sorry. Ryuki pulls his sword out, not out of the sheath, just like sheath and sword together,
Uh-huh.
and offers it in front of him for him to examine. A gift from Susanoo.
He sets his axe down, and by down, he slams it into the side of the mountain floor, and it just stays. And we're talking full-on battle axe. It's pretty much the size of your body. He will gently look over the weapon. You have proven yourself worthy. He'll hand it back. But there will be more challenges ahead.
I look forward to them.
But tonight we feast.
Raiki will pound his chest.
At first light, you will begin your trials. Knowing this, that he mentioned this, you're essentially going to get promoted, quote unquote. Your rank and file within the Gekido clan will probably rise if you're successful.
Reiki looks forward to it.
And these guys know how to get down. So you played Monster Hunter. That is exactly the kind of feast that they're having here.
God damn.
Yes.
Is it served by an incredibly muscular tabaxi?
No, but that would be fucking awesome. Meowscaler cat.
That's not enough.
Be fucking awesome. No, but minotaurs are not uncommon here. Dwarves, of course. Elves, somewhat. Humans are somewhat prevalent. It's really about half orcs, that sort of thing. I'm not saying it's exclusively that type of club, but they value physical strength above all else.
This
Right.
house doesn't plateau. They make gains.
That's right.
Wow.
But that,
Reiki feasts and drinks and shares his stories.
yeah, and your clansmen will revel in this. There's a lot of excitement. The drums are pounding this night.
By the
He
way, welcome
especially
back,
goes
Lux.
into the story about the time he beat a
Thanks.
fucking Naga to death.
Yeah.
I'm on a webcam mic now.
Oh wow! But
Nice.
yeah, I mean they love, as much as they love fighting, they love stories, and the stories aren't hoity-toity like legend lore. These are real stories by real men. You know. Wow! Did it get sweaty in here?
Y'all are
Or is it just me?
faggots.
But very good.
Fucking hell, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Sorry if you get banned from Twitch.
For what?
For saying
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not saying it again.
I have no idea. I could care less.
The
Not what
F
you said.
word. Yeah.
I swear all the time.
I was
Oh no,
gonna
we're
say,
gonna get banned.
Twitch doesn't
One of the
usually
two
have a
people that
problem.
are watching is gonna report us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
totally gonna report us, guys.
I think you can swear on Twitch.
I would say Twitch is fine. YouTube, they take away.
No,
your
it's not the
monetization.
swearing. It's the
Ah.
slurs that they don't like.
Yeah, nobody said
Yeah, but somebody would
tabaxi.
literally have to report us.
So like
It
if I got back from the dentist and like I couldn't talk right and I was just slurring all my words.
Yeah, exactly.
Ban.
Not that
Ban.
kind of slur.
Yeah.
Ban.
Cut the stream for a second. I'm gonna slur. No.
Beep. Oh my god, do I need to get a broadcast delay?
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
They're not too expensive, but I don't really want to look into investing in that. But YouTube, yeah.
God, I hope
Anyways.
you don't have a Twitch. God, I hope you don't have the Discord overlay going during a stream.
No. Wait, I do. Shit.
Oh, so my name's been popping up every time.
No,
I
it's just
talk.
icons.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah, on the stream
Whoa.
when you guys talk, it'll light up.
Okay.
Alright. But anyway, so continue. So,
Alright.
go ahead.
If there's nothing else pressing at this point is where I would like to switch over. I consider this, as far as epilogue, pretty much finished. If anybody wants to do some other things, we can maybe do some like a one-off session if we can pencil it in. But if there are no objections, I would like to at least talk about the next chapter.
All right, yeah.
All right.
Let's get a setting for that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially what I would like to decide tonight in the next 30 minutes is, you know what this kind of adventure was. This to me is a wilderness adventure. You're always on the move. You're not really going to settle down in one place too long. That's one style of adventure. We can, and the wilderness adventure would still be set within, I consider this Western Valoris. However, it won't be entirely wilderness. We'll be focusing on Chacon and Dynast, and then some of the surrounding areas. So I guess essentially the eastern portion of the map that we haven't really dealt with. Goodness.
Yeah, Maddie's dying.
That would be, we'll call that Adventure 1.
So in other words, everything on this side.
Essentially, yeah. And we can kind of tweak things. I'm really looking for character input as well. But let me go through the options here, and we can recap them if we need to as well. Option 2 would be my Eastern Valoris campaign. It's more focused on the races of the Earth. It would be more of a dungeon delving adventure, kind of going deep in basically deep into the Earth to discover the reason for a mystery. So it would be somewhat similar to this, but it would be, I'm going to say, combat focused more so than this. We're looking at maybe 40% combat. I would consider this a good 25%.
So if I remember right, when we first talked about this, you basically introduced it as you can have a dungeon crawl, a political game, or something in between. And this one we just did was the something in between, right?
That's correct. So, but again, it's not like it's 100% dungeon crawl combat. That's just not how I roll. But it would be upwards of around 40% combat, and that's again something for you guys to decide. Option 3 is more the political route. It takes place in my Southern Valoris campaign. Okay, so Western is more Bing Bong Asia. Eastern is more, it's still Asian influence, but it's going to be more
It's like Journey to the West or something?
No, it's going to be more focused around dwarves and giants. There is another race involved that I haven't I've come up with. It's my version of the Borg or the Yuzong Vong. It's just kind of a new invention, so to speak. They have nothing to do with either of those, but again, dungeon delving down into caves, underdark, night below type kind of a setting. Southern Valoris is more how would you say that? Western Asia. So
Philippines, Thailand, that kind of thing.
No, keep going. More Slavic in nature.
Oh, so you're talking like the stands.
It's like Eastern European.
Yes, very far eastern.
Boys, we're wearing Adidas.
Mother Russia.
I was about to say, I'll get my tracksuit ready.
Get your squats on.
But it there will be combat in it, but it'll be like more like 20%. But it's more politically motivated. It's more of a mystery, whodunit type thing, and it'll be taking place mostly within the city. It's going to be an urban adventure.
So, and this is just my 2 cents. With our current setup, I feel like we as a group are much better suited to a slightly more combat focused adventure. I know I personally, in a social setting, 100% worthless.
Well, remember what Atherin said before about putting the character on the sideline.
Yes. So I'll go over those rules here. God damn it. Now, here's how I view it. If you guys want, regardless of setting, the option 1, I really like my character, but I would like to make a few tweaks. We can go through it. I wish I would have picked this feat over that feat. I wish I would have went down this path versus this path. I wish I would have picked up this spell instead of that one. We can make those minor tweaks. I'm totally fine. Second variant. I like this character, but I want to do something else. I'm going to put this character on, quote, downtime. That character will still progress in the background. So if we ever want to go back to that original character, he's there. He's not falling behind. He has something to fall back upon. Also, one caveat. This adventure was designed for about 1 to 5. We ended up hitting 6. So the next one, where it's going to be a little slower pace as far as progression goes, we're looking at between 6 and 8, 6 and 9.
Okay.
Level range.
So, all right. Okay.
I mean, I'm for the political campaign because I, as a player, like that kind of stuff. But that's just me.
I can also, if people are like, we want to do this, but we would like to see more of this, I can also tweak it. It doesn't. My setting is ultimately worthless if the players are not invested in it. So
I would say, well, so quick question: the dungeon crawl one, would that be like kind of one giant dungeon with like rest areas in the middle, or like to and from town, go in, clear out this dungeon, fight the boss, leave kind of dungeon?
You ever play Diablo 1?
Yeah.
That would be the closest.
So like one continuous dungeon with maybe some like safe zones in the middle versus like MMO dungeon.
It won't be like you go in a dungeon, you go back to town. You go in a dungeon, you go back to town.
I'm assuming it would be more like Underdark Delves, where you go down and you're down there for a minute.
Yes.
Down there for like a week.
And then eventually you guys might decide to go back or take him back, or we'll deal with that. But it won't be 100%. You guys are set out. There's no turning back. It will not be that way. But they will be longer stints.
So it's kind of like Bitter Black Isle.
I have no idea what that is, but probably.
Okay. I would probably be more of a fan of either the wilderness or the political. Wilderness, but city focus, where there's a city, not nearby, but where we're going
or
out.
people to interact with.
Yeah. Okay, so to compare the two, the wilderness adventure is about 50% urban, whereas the political campaign would be nearly 100% urban.
Okay, so my opinion is probably 75% towards I'm split kind of 75, maybe even 50-50 between wilderness and political, personally. Okay. I would honestly be fine with any of them, though.
I was actually going to say that the way how this current campaign was set, we go explore, we'll give an objective, go do objective, and then maybe get sidetracked by finding something else, by discovering something that we weren't even intended to discover, but we came across it. I actually like how we did this sort of run. It's the way how we had it now, but maybe a little bit more focus on the combat side. So if I were to split 60-40, so that way we have a reason to keep going back into towns and communicating with townsfolk and such. And at the same time, we have also another greater reason to keep going out and exploring.
I'm fine with the dungeon crawl.
That's my 2 cents. Because I don't want one perpetual dungeon. I would like to go to see one area.
So yours is wilderness. Your vote's wilderness, basically.
Pretty much.
I'm personally not a fan of deep dungeons in the first place.
Here, there's no problem with that.
Let's do something to make it a little easier. Dungeon, give me a sec.
Oh, you're gonna type it out?
Do a poll.
I can do that, or I can just draw things up on the map and do A, B, C.
And then we just move
choose which one you want. Just do reactions too.
So, deep dungeon, wilderness, political?
Yes.
Wait, what?
On Discord.
Can we vote?
Oh,
Double white
I
power.
wasn't even
Oh.
looking in Discord.
Can we vote more than once?
I don't think so.
You can
I-
add multiple reactions.
You
No, can
can.
we vote for? Are we allowed to vote for two
That's
things?
what I'm asking.
Oh,
Like, if
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
fine with either of.
that's a GM decision, in my opinion.
That's
Uh,
B.
What's the...
So,
No, that's
I-
someone not even in.
Oh, that's Rin.
Who's Ren?
I don't know. I'm reading off the names.
Someone in Broken Earth.
Got it.
Oh, he was voting for Broken Earth.
Broken Earth wins. We're all just going over to Ryuken's campaign now. Ryuken gets 8 new players.
Well, we've got 8 math 11 votes. So I would say if you can vote, but only vote for 2. Don't vote for all 3.
That's
Well, why would we vote for all 3? That would be pointless.
It's trust but verify.
Because no, I totally did.
I voted for
And realistically, I don't have a big preference. Is really what it comes down to. I wanted more of a dungeon dive for this one, and we had quite a bit of combat, and it was a lot of fun. I've gotten that out of my system, so I'm willing to do pretty much whatever. However,
Slap, you can unreact to W and D at this point, and
I
they'll
did.
stay.
okay.
No, you're right.
So realistically, my take on it is I'm kind of willing to go wherever the group wants to do. However, if it is not combat focused, I'm probably going to retire or sideline Lou for a bit.
Well, that was my plan. I was
well-
going to retire Reiki.
Right now, it looks like the political one is winning. But, again, we can custom tweak these things. I have no problem with throwing in combats. I would personally get bored if it was nothing, just blah, 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 blah.
I agree.
So, when I created the villain for this, specifically for the political piece, it is a combat villain. So, whenever you're encountering, it's typically going to result in a combat. So there's always that forced kind of momentum for combat. I can, however, I won't say they're red herrings, but I can throw in sidebar stuff to keep the combat flowing, so to speak.
There's also the chance that we could get in a bar fight.
Yeah, of course. But
Or like somebody sends assassins after us and we have to kill them.
now that's a political campaign. That is exactly my.
Honestly, I would vote probably political if it's maybe like the same balance of conversation and combat as this.
We're 19 sessions in on this. Let's use this as a baseline. If we say that this combat is what it is, what are we looking for plus or minus as far as combat goes? What are the characters looking? What are the players looking for as far as combat goes, compared to this campaign that we just did?
I feel like this campaign had a pretty good mix, honestly.
I like
Yeah.
the amount
Yeah.
of combat in this campaign.
Like the way how you had it
wasn't an
currently,
oppressive
I
amount of,
prefer.
like,
All right, we're gonna have to do one at a time.
sorry.
So, sorry, you said you would consider this campaign like 25% combat?
That's what I would consider it.
So this next campaign would be like 20% combat, you said?
Yes, a little less.
Yeah, I feel like that would be okay with me. Like I did like the 25% we had in this campaign, but 20% doesn't sound that much worse. That's me.
Like I said,
I do have one caveat to my vote.
what's that?
I want Celeste to play a Redemption Paladin.
I am still
I
currently
was-
trying to figure out what to play.
I was actually gonna add, I guess kind of saying it here. I almost kind of want to do a morally gray campaign.
If we're doing a Morley Gray campaign, I should not play Paladin.
Political will definitely be Morial.
Where it's not clear if we're fucking things up or if we're playing into the baddie's hands.
So essentially, anyone coming into the city will immediately know that there are factions. The main faction there's the the clerical side, the theology. That is one side. They're vying for power within the city. The other side would be the mercantile guilds, the coin, the purse. The other would be pretty much the landed elite that have always been there, always been in control. Now there are other smaller factions, but those are the major three. It is not a kingdom. It is run by council.
Okay.
All right.
As far as the backdrop to the city goes, it is way more technologically advanced than probably most of the D&D lore that's out there. I would have to brush up on that. But so one thing that would be apparent, there is magical lighting in the city. It's not like torches and candles and shit.
So it's like more Magitech in a way?
Yes, they're budding on the cusp of an industrial revolution. So, of course, gnomish tinkerers and that sort of thing also helped along with the availability of magic. It is different than this setting. In this setting, you would be very hard-pressed to buy a +1 weapon. In that city, a +1 weapon, I don't want to say it's common, but you could easily find one. You might even be able to buy some +2 items. Beyond that would be quested,
I'm probably
crafted.
still gonna stick with just my packed weapons,
Which is fine. There's always armor.
Yeah. It's just, I don't really like the official ruling on attuning to a packed weapon, like bonding with a specific weapon.
Bonding with a specific weapon.
The Pact of the Blade feature. Where is this?
You want to bond with multiple weapons?
No, it's not specifically that. It's...
You weapon polygamist.
Wow. No, you can transform one magic weapon into your packed weapon by performing a special ritual with that weapon. That weapon becomes your packed weapon.
Okay.
The wording's kind of vague in the player's handbook, but Jeremy Crawford kind of gave it. I'm pretty sure he gave a ruling saying that's your only packed weapon if you have that, and you don't get the variety.
He is like God. We'll look into it, but there's always other items that can supplement other items as well. It could be a goal to work towards.
All right.
It's just personal choices based on that ruling. Is more what I'm getting at.
You said that tinkers and stuff are commonplace. Does that mean
absolutely.
I can be a gnomish tinker?
Any races that are available in D&D are available to your characters. However, if we're going into monstrous races that are built off the Volos guide, I will need to approve those.
But kobolds!
Yeah.
Dude, kobolds are so garbage right now.
Fuck off! Kobolds are amazing!
In, like, Pathfinder, they're amazing.
Hobgoblins are where it's at, yeah.
I was gonna say, when they still had pack tactics and stuff like that, then yeah.
They still do!
They're the only race in the whole game with a negative.
I don't know, but characters, when you make your characters, you can either decide to be from Western Valoris around here, or you can be from Tantibus, which I think is where we're going. That's what the poll looks like to me.
Awesome.
So just a confirmation, where exactly is Tantibus?
All right, so I don't have a map presented to show you guys. If you zoomed out on this map, as far as the continent goes, it would look like it's the northwestern part. You guys have a very small subsection of this map.
So, is that Slavland, did you say?
Yes, it's going to be more Eastern European. It still has the Asian influence.
Obviously. Okay.
I actually think I'm gonna stick with Hal and kind of do it as like hired muscle with some.
So you're going to be a Witcher.
Well, I'm going to tell you how you guys aren't just going to magically decide to go there. You guys are going to be taken there. But we can go through that. Essentially, you guys are, lack of a better term, you guys are going to be teleported there. Any characters that are not are going to probably be from Tantabus.
All right, but yeah, I think I'm sticking with Hal.
Yeah, not a problem. If you want to make any minor tweaks of that, if it's simply swapping a feat for a feat, just throw me a DM or whatever. If you want to do something that's a little, we'll just say rules questionable, like, man, I really like this, but maybe I want to use this feature from something, we can hash it out.
I might do that because that is something that I might potentially be interested in, but I do want to look through.
I'm glad we already did that, Atherin, because goddamn, that would have been a long-ass conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I will hit you up probably next week.
Can you give me oh, sorry, I thought you were leaving.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was, unless you want to do it later tonight, but which I can.
I would
I can shoot you a message next.
Yeah,
week
another day would be preferable. Okay, yeah. So one other quick thing. Here's also what I'm offering. I want to have some write-ups to put up on our media, essentially. So it's entirely voluntary. You guys don't have to do this. What I'm looking for is a paragraph or two about your character, not your upcoming character, your current character. So like in this instance, it would be about Ryuki, not about Ryuki 2.0, or same with Shizuka. The Shizuka the cleric. If you guys can do like a paragraph or two, I mean, I'm looking for like 3-4 sentence paragraphs. It doesn't have to be a novel. Just something where if somebody was like, I wonder what Hal's like. I wonder what Rachado was like. They could read that and do that. For doing so, as long as it's submitted to me, like either a DM or if you guys really want to email me a Word document, it's up to you, but DM is totally fine. I will award you guys a free feat.
Cool. All right.
So I'm assuming you want more than I actually put in my character bio?
Let me double check, but I can guarantee the answer is yes.
Here, I'll screenshot it for everybody.
I mean, let's be 100% fair here. You have more than I have in my bio.
Yeah, there's literally nothing there, Lou.
You have more than me, that's for sure.
I was thinking up another character sheet.
There,
where
here's my character bio.
Yeah. Fuck you.
That is accurate.
I felt like it summed up my character pretty damn well.
Yeah, that does. To be fair, that's about as Lubu as you fucking get.
That's what I was going
My character appearance is kind of in depth, but besides that,
aside from me saying it out loud once, I don't. Okay, my character appearance is blank.
I mean, I just left character details for that.
Yeah, like Hal had a little bit of backstory, so I could mine it, and I could work with a few things,
Yeah,
I did write down backstory.
I'm currently updating it a little bit as well, and I will shoot it to you in a DM.
The point of this is not to get all mushy-gushy. You guys have really cool characters, and I really enjoy the story here. So why not share it with some of the other people? We got a lot of people who...
This is the first time anyone's ever said something about me playing a furry character that's positive.
I called you fuzzy earlier.
I know. It's just like, oh my god, he complimented a furry character. Holy shit, I've never had this happen before.
Are you freaked out about cat people because you weren't one?
I forgot that there were actual fucking official furry races in D&D, okay?
Lol.
Everybody remembers the Dragonborn, but gotta forget the cat people.
Oh, you guys haven't even met my Dragonborn yet.
Can I kill them when I meet them?
If he doesn't Fusro
you
die,
could
he's
try.
not a real Dragonborn.
You mean which one? The one that we killed the last time, or the other one that we killed?
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't we kill one? Because he was a traitor?
No, wait. No, he killed the other one, and then we killed him because cunt.
Right. What was his name?
Oh.
Not Xandark.
Zarfox.
Zarfox, that's right.
I remember that. I remember very distinctly coming into the final battle, yelling "Zarfox" and pulling out my fucking stun baton and spinning it.
He was.
Okay.
You guys did not see that coming.
So it's not published yet, so technically everything's on Earth Arcana. Are you considering the Eberron book that's about to come out?
So,
if it's
accepted.
so
the
what you're
book
saying is
isn't
you're this
released.
guy?
Pardon?
I was literally going to link that, Sleph. But yes, that was exactly what was in my mind.
It kind of depends on what it is. Since it's not out yet, there's no official ruling. I've always been willing to work with Unearthed Arcana. I have no problem with that. The only time it's an issue is if you look at that and go, "Ooh, that's broken."
I actually had one question in regards to like continuity of this campaign to the next campaign. So, is there going to be like a time skip between what happened here? We all go our separate ways for a bit, and then we all just like come back to join. Which I'm going to assume how it's going to play out is Hal's going to get this. He's going to pick this up as a bounty, and we all meet up for it.
Okay, so that will totally work. It's up to the party, though. Like, if you guys feel like you need some time for some character development here or there, or like, you know, I'm going to go do this for a month and then we're going to meet back up, that's fine. Or it can happen immediately. It's a matter of taste, player choice. I'm not gonna mince words over something like that.
I would say if that's our plan, I've already got a good way to introduce my new character to this party. Yeah, I lost a drinking bet about this guy, and he told me to go meet up with you guys and help you out.
So, I mean, like, I definitely like vote for the whole time skip thing.
If so, how much?
I am going to what is it? I am gonna definitely hit you up for that one-off because I don't want Mako to go home at some point. But I doubt everyone else wants to put up with that.
That's totally fine. You know what nights I'm free,
If
so.
If there's a time skip, Hal's just going to be looking for bounties and hunting down some minor bounties
And
to
that-
make some petty cash.
So I personally really like the time skip thing, but I want to ask, what is, are we all just going to happenstance wind back up in the new city, or how are you planning on?
Here's what I see.
that?
I don't know if you guys have read the Dragonlance novels. It literally starts off with, we used to be on adventures together, and it's been a year, so we decided to meet back up. Something like that. Weeks, days, months.
The band's getting back together.
Right, and then shit starts happening to them that night. We're essentially going to have that, but the period in between, it doesn't really matter. And then any characters that aren't coming along for the adventure, they're just doing their downtime stuff anyways. They wouldn't have met back up.
Okay. So my next question would be, since we are rolling into a more politically aligned campaign, who is planning on maintaining their character?
I am.
I am.
Me.
I am, but different.
Richardo is almost built meant for me.
I think it's just Lou and Ryuki, and then we got Shizuka V2.
Yep.
That's it. I'm gonna go find a fucking bow.
Shizuka V2?
Version 2.
Yeah. Reincarnates
yeah, so
the son of a bitch.
About Shizuka's magic not working, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
We
don't
just haven't
say. Mm.
Like I
Really?
said, reincarnation's the son of a bitch.
All right. I'm
Maddie,
trying
that
to,
gif is fantastic.
I'm trying to think out what we have, because so basically we're losing our two main frontliners.
Yes.
And the
But you're
healer.
keeping Hal, and I am
And healer.
considering taking a feat to be more frontliney.
Okay.
It is approved by Apple.
I believe I already talked that one out, and I'm also going to be still pretty frontline myself.
Okay.
Okay.
And again,
In light armor, but I'm still going to be frontline.
The encounters
Yeah.
typically in a political campaign aren't like we're fighting a bunch of monsters and stuff. You're usually
We
fighting.
don't necessarily need a tank.
Right. Honestly, you say political campaign, and I think, ooh, I get to assassinate someone.
Potentially,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
I would like to have a rogue.
But there are a lot.
I was legit thinking of rolling a charisma rogue.
As far as combat goes, do you think
Mm-hmm.
with a campaign that would be more oriented towards like, since we're going to be in a city, but basically the entire time, is this going to be more of like, you know, fist brawl, like brawls in the street, or is it going to be like, you know,
We're not
people
going to be
slinging
doing.
spells at us,
We're
or
not going to be
something
doing
like that?
subdual damage, if that's what you're asking. Like a
No,
bar
I
fight.
meant like enemies. Like, would it be more oriented of like people slinging spells at us without us knowing, or like?
I mean, that can happen in any setting.
Okay.
I was going to say I did have it in mind to like, just kind of like, just a random idea for a heist. Like Makoto just starts a bar fight.
I mean, if somebody's starting a bar fight, it should probably be Hal. That said, it won't last very long.
Yeah. So Tantibus is not like a Wild West city. There are rules, there are laws, there are people to enforce those laws. If anyone's caught doing bad things, I mean, upwards of execution level of laws. We live in a society. There are rules, so to speak. So that being said, it's not like it's uncommon for people to get stabbed in the streets and all sorts of brouhaha to go on.
If
So-
we're caught, you say.
So, question: how well would a paladin fit into this campaign? Is this like a place where paladins would be, and like, is this like, are you planning this to be some really morally gray shit? Where paladins
I personally, it comes down to how the player role plays more so than the class that you chose.
Friendly
Paladin
reminder
is
that
not-
friendly reminder that alignment restrictions do not exist.
That's a good point. I tend to play my paladins as like easygoing to a point, but when that point is reached, they're pretty hard about it.
There's a line, you crossed it, you're immediately going to face the wrath.
I mean, that's the
personally-
thing, though. That's kind of what a redemption paladin is. They try non-violence as best they can, but they're not fools. If things go bad, they will do some fucking smiting.
Yeah, lawful stupid is never a good way to play a paladin, in my opinion.
Well, Peter and Miles and Maddie have all seen me play a paladin for like 3 years, so I mean, their opinions.
I mean, 2 years.
Wow,
in
way to
my
forget
case.
about me.
I'd say my personal opinion is, political campaigns playing a paladin is very difficult. Either like the party has to hide half the shit they do from you, or it causes
That's
problems.
why I want to ask how shady is the shit our characters will be doing out of like just in a general sense. I don't want any spoilers, obviously.
I think he did mention it's very likely going to be morally gray.
Okay, then yeah, no, I'm not making a paladin.
I'd say from what he said, I would not recommend it.
Go take
If you're dead set on it, then go for it. But
I'm not dead set on it. I like playing paladins. It's what I prefer to play, but it's not like the end of the world if I can't play one. I like playing other things
you
too.
could play something of a different alignment if you wish. You know what I mean?
Like, you could do a CN chaotic neutral paladin if you wanted, or like true neutral.
Right.
Just
It's
throw it.
it's kind of like samurai. You
Oathbreaker.
you have a code, and you need to stick to that code, whatever it be.
I could be a vengeance paladin. That'd be fun.
That would be a pretty good chaotic good paladin.
At the
That'd
end of the
be
day,
every other paladin.
a paladin is kind of the face as well.
Because vengeance paladins with 5e are fucking OP.
they're typically the face, but
We have Maddie.
Yeah.
We're not in need of a face.
No,
We're
I
not
know.
in need of a face.
I know we're not in need of a face, but I was going to say I'd like to point out the successfulness of Celeste being our face in EOT.
I mean,
She got done that first game.
I do want to point out that when Felix wasn't around, I still make a pretty good face.
No, that you do. I'm not saying anybody. I'm not saying you're lacking in that. I'm just saying.
And this situation,
Shit,
and I've also shown aptitude at having two faces.
Well, the other thing in a political campaign, you can have different characters push different angles as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'll think about. It's nothing set in
Yeah,
stone.
it's nothing that we have to decide tonight. I would like to do, since we know the setting, this gives me a week to prepare just kind of a backdrop. For next week will be our session 0, so please have a character concept around for that. For characters who already have their characters done, we'll be focusing on switching over into fantasy grounds. We're dropping...
I'm glad you said that, because I was about to if you didn't.
Yeah, we're dropping roll 20 like a baby. No, like...
God damn.
Yeah, so everyone make sure you have a Fantasy Grounds account so you can download the demo/free version.
It'll be at no cost to you. Character creation is ridiculously easy.
You don't even have to be connected to the campaign to create your character.
Yep. Miles has got pretty good at it. I can assist as well. I think Asao has some knowledge too.
Asao seems to... Puzzle's just good at, like, fucking
everything.
With D&D.
But next week...
Puzzle is my favorite rule slayer.
never like in your face. That's not how it fucking works. Blah, blah, blah.
No, he knows the rules and does like friendly reminders and helps people get better.
That's
like,
good because I forget shit all the time. Like Toma.
So, like you said, you're gonna be like a rogue, right?
I have a few character concepts. Honestly, so I'm a big fan of deeply flawed characters because they're just more fun to play. I had when he said Tinkerer, and mostly because Eberron's coming out soon, and they're actually bringing in an actual 5th Ed Tinker class. I was really thinking of that. Probably one of the tiny races and the obligatory high complex that comes in that.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to decide between like really paladin or Eldritch Knight because I always want to play like a combat caster.
Not to throw a wrench in things, but Tantibus is one of the few cities that has flash powder.
Ooh, so somebody like a gunslinger kind of class.
Are we talking
saying
like...
she a gunslinger?
Are we talking about
wait?
Like,
so you're actually gonna allow Matt Mercer's gunslinger class?
I don't know. I'd have to look over it. I know nothing about roll or crit 20. What the fuck is it called?
Critical Role.
Yeah,
I've looked at the class. It's basically a fighter archetype.
It's a fighter subclass, yeah.
But focused on ranged combat but like with guns.
Now,
if you
caveat, it's around, but it's not like everybody's carrying a fucking gun.
So it would be at least somewhat out of place.
No, it would be uncommon.
It'd be like seeing a midget. It'd be like seeing a midget on a street. It's not something you're like, oh my god, but it's not something you see all the time.
Athrun, on 5e tools, if you want to see gunslinger, go to the classes, click manage homebrew.
There's also that PDF for you.
Okay, cool.
All right, I guess I'll multi-class in a gunslinger.
You're already a fighter.
Fucking multi into everything. Yeah, give me a little bit to go over the rules, but if it's good enough for Matt Mercer, it's probably good enough for me, I would say.
Yeah, if you want to see it in 5e tools, like I said, do manage homebrew, get homebrew 2.0, and then you'll see it. And then you can see it.
We have a warlock, we have a not cleric, we have a bard still, right?
Not cleric is arcane caster.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you still have your bard.
Okay. What school did you go for, bard?
Shadow.
Okay.
So, as I said, shadow bards are kind of like the rogue archetype of bard. So, kind of, it feels a little more like they'd be useful in a political setting.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this type of setting, it's easier to work with a little overlap than it is in another setting. Does that make sense with skill overlap? Because I'm definitely not against dividing the party's interests, so to speak. Like some people what I think will end up happening a lot is we'll form probably two groups where one group tackles A problem and another group tackles B problem. So having some split interests and skills would definitely be advantageous.
Split the party.
Splitting the party, you say?
Yeah. Why not? Don't be a tabaxi.
I see what you did there.
But next week we will focus on getting characters set up in Fantasy Grounds. I will also have just some demo stuff so we can get used to the UI. We won't actually probably start the campaign until the week after next. That'll give me time to get some materials around, but I'll at least have some like campaign docs and stuff for us to go over as well.
Okay. I was gonna say it might take me longer than just a week to really hammer out what I want to play.
No worries.
And get everything set up.
Did you say that Gunslinger class is on 5e tools, Miles?
Yeah.
I'm too stupid to find it. Rules.
So,
Okay,
so if you go to
Guys,
player options, and then hit class,
at the bottom of the class list, you'll have a button that says Manage Homebrew. Click that. It'll bring up a new menu, and then hit the blue button labeled Get Homebrew 2.0. And then you'll get a list of like
I see
public
Mercer stuff.
Oh, I see it. Cool.
You basically pick the Matt Mercer ones, and it's a fighter archetype.
Yeah, so just click fighter, and then you'll see it.
I've also looked at his monk archetype. It's actually kind of interesting. Honestly, it's really good for a political campaign, but I don't know. I like mine.
I don't see the monk one on here. It's not all of them, so. Or is it Way of the Dragon?
I've looked at it on other stuff. I'm seeing if it's on here.
Is it Way of the Dragon?
No, it's Cobalt Soul. It's basically like information extraction. It's like espionage monk. So like as you punch things, you can like basically
tell me everything you know.
Well, no,
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's actually a thing at 6th level. You can hit key point, and they have to make a charisma save, or like they're forced to tell you the truth for like a certain period of time.
That's great.
Then like if you can spend key to like learn some things like type or an enemy's type or subtype, learn one of their saves. It's like a whole list of things. It's really weird.
Can I just talk about the fact that there's a homebrew source called the Middle Finger of Vecna?
Yep.
Seriously.
Yeah, all this makes me think of is that.
Oh, so basically what he did is he rewrote the Gunslinger from
I think
Pathfinder?
Pathfinder. One of
He
those.
basically converted it into a what's it called? Into a 5th edition class instead of a Pathfinder class.
Okay, I'm gonna get to sleep if I'm not needed here.
No problem. We'll see you again in a week.
See you then.
It's an interesting class.
I personally don't see anything wrong with the Gunslinger class. Nothing jumps out to me like, oh my god.
Yeah, this looks fairly balanced from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's just expensive.
Like,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the trade-off. Is it's expensive and
Misfires.
It's a ranged weapon with misfires.
yeah, I was gonna say that misfire is rough.
Yeah, because it's not just a 1 on most weapons.
I also. Do you guys know that about Vecna, like the character?
Yes.
The god?
Yeah, the demigod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Vecna's inspiration?
Offhand?
To kill
I'd
the
say
Council of
it's-
Eight?
no.
No, the inspiration for Vecna.
Oh, the inspiration. No, I thought you meant his character motivation.
No.
Well, his character motivation is to become a fully fledged god, I think.
I'd say his character motivation is more knowledge by
That-
pretty much any means.
Vecna is an homage to Jack Vance.
Hmm.
The guy who came up with
Yeah,
the magic
Vancian
system that
magic.
does- Yeah, the guy who came up with the magic system that D&D uses.
Interesting.
He is a very powerful.
Didn't
caster.
didn't Vecna kill all 8?
I think he...
There's
It's
different-
also worth mentioning that Prismatic Spray is actually a Jack Vance spell.
That makes sense.
It was actually originally from the Dying Earth series.
I'm gonna bob on off.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
talking to you
should go
guys
too.
Thanks
Um,
for coming.
chat. Yep.